Welcome back. Welcome if you're new, my beautiful heart stars, my kindred family, my star family. I am back. Good morning. Good morning. Happy blessed Sunday. It is July the 5th. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It to You Straight, live from the East Coast. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Cancers. It is a time to celebrate. I wish you guys love, bliss, happiness, beauty all around you. But more important, love. May that be the glue, the cohesive that holds all things together. And remember, today's a day that you can bless your own way. Okay? A birthday can be a sacred moment to bless your own life. Bless your heart and your path forward as you begin a new cycle around the sun. Okay? So, how you can bless your path forward, I'm going to give you a few gentle prayers that you can say for yourself. A simple birthday prayer. Today, I give thanks for the gift of life. May my heart grow wiser, my spirit stronger, and may love guide every step I take this year. If it's a prayer for renewal, Creator of life, thank you for another year. Heal what is wounded in me, strengthen what is good in me, and open new doors of light, purpose, and peace. A birthday blessed. May my heart remain soft but strong. May love find me, grow in me, and flow through me. May this new year of life bring me deeper joy and meaning. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Cancers. We have the moments of gratitude. We have a little bit of Archangel, the abundance of the angels. And of course, we have romance. We also have a little what's the tea, and we have the tarot cards. And one thing about being direct, okay, is getting straight to the point. For me, it is important because it helps communicating and staying clear, honestly, and it's very effective when done right. All right, sometimes I might get a little carried away, so I do apologize in advance. Okay, there could be somebody that's really stubborn or the energy is really intense. Okay, I'm dealing with your ego because the ego versus the inner self, the higher self. And in order to transcend, you must anchor as you expand. And so when you try to improve something for my mind, as it's been hey Brooksbank, long time, wow. And what? Listen, our ego is gonna try to do things its way, and we have the animal instinct. And so when we try to improve from our mind, which has character and it reacts, we're gonna miss the opportunity, all right, or the chance to be surprised by life. So we open up to opportunities, all right, that is all around us. Remember, we are held by so many traumas, dogmas, doctrines, programs, and of course, culture. So the process of manifestation is the one we cannot see. Believing in things is coming, okay? Building confidence in yourself. So when I do get straight to the point, it's important for me being direct, communication, staying clear, being honest with you, effective. And this, of course, saves a lot of time. People understand a message faster. But I do always explain what you're watching, So, of course, it's important to ask questions as well. Okay? And so we reduce confusion, all right? There's less room for misunderstandings. And, of course, you trust that your message is heard. It is aligned. And so respecting your values, mine, my time, my attention, it solves problems quicker. And then we know what the real issue is. And if it's not, I'll try to clarify as much as I can. Okay? It creates stronger boundaries between you and I. All right? And you can clearly say what you need. All right? So would I? All right? So a lot of times, for example, I've been thinking about you. All right? You've been thinking about some things that may be, I want to consider some things. I want to change something, how I'm doing this. All right? So when you have a more direct approach, it should be, I need more communication. Let's say if somebody in relationships, all right, that if you give them a direct statement, it gets to the heart of the matter and it gives the other person something to be clear respond. All right, no over explaining. I'm going through the same drama, day by day. And so when you give it, so use the name is basically what I'm saying. What's the tea? You like the tea? Hey, Duncan. It's been a long time. Anyway, in a deeper sense, getting straight to the point, it's about seeking truth over avoidance. It means facing what is really happening rather than circling around it. That doesn't mean being harsh or it mean being clear. I'm not being, so using my compassion, but I'm using my strength as well. Sometimes my strength is going to show up a little bit more, all right? Because getting straight to the point is a virtue. And when it's balanced with kindness and wisdom, okay? It's a little bit, for those of you that are a little more, man, you know, looking for a different approach. Because I don't try to avoid things, all right? I go straight to the matter, and hey, sometimes it might not be what you want, all right? But it's what you need at the moment, all right? You come back and you start, it'll give you time to, because you know what we do? We do assume a lot. When we assume, we try to fill in the blanks, all right? Brooksbank, if you have a question, go ahead. Cancer, happy birthday. Today, again, is a moment where you can bless your own life, your own heart, and your own path forward, all right? Give thanks for the gift of life. And may this beautiful energy of yours, with all this beautiful energy happening in your fourth house, make you grow wiser and your spirit grow stronger. Do you remain soft and strong? All right. Hey, Tandika. Hello, ma'am. Any love or romance coming soon? You don't give up on love, and I like that. All right. I like that you don't give up on love. All right. I like that a lot about you. Because you're very optimistic, and I like that. I like an optimistic person. All right, you don't give up easy, and so I'll give it to you in a little bit. All right. Hey, decoding there, and Lord. Hey, anything. Hey, this. What is this? What is that? What were you coming with this? What is this? What is a T? All right. So anyway, gratitude focus. Of course, I enter in this space that we all created together here. So in this moment here, in infinite gratitude, right? Grateful for the eternal current of life moving through me, around me, for the beginning with every ending and the ending with every beginning. I give thanks for the infinite intelligence that weaves all things together, seen and unseen, known and unknown. And I honor the endless expansion of my spirit, the limitless capacity of my heart, and the boundless field of consciousness that I'm part of. May my gratitude ripple outward without limit, and may it return to me multiplied. May I remember that I am both finite in form and infinite in essence. In this external exchange of giving and receiving, I say thank you without end. So I thank you, each and every one of you. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having faith, and I like that, okay? So remember that gratitude is a superpower. So give thanks for peace that you have right now, for the strength to keep going. Grateful for your health, your mind, that you have a healthy heart, that your bills are paid, your home, family, great friends. Healing is happening, that you don't need no one making decisions on your behalf. And everything is being met, okay? Have compassion for yourself. So this space here is because of all our shared intentions. And so this is where the stars, they speak, and the cards are like it is. Giving yourself and giving your mind some clarity, some guidance, and of course a little magic along the way, a little bit of what's the tea. We tap into the harmony and the wisdom of the intelligence of the beautiful universe, right? The stars remember your path, all right? And so they speak through these cards. And so whether you seek a love, understanding your relationship, guidance, or support from the universe, you need motivation or inspiration, you are just trying to connect to your higher self, you're in the right place for the moment. So I thank you for trusting your time with me. Your energy matters is love, and I thank you so much. Remember self-love. I love my life. I love my heart. I love my body. I love my mind. I love my eyes. I love healthy food. I love to drink water. I love to sleep, get some good rest. It's part of your structure. It is part of your routine, self-care. All right. I love to feel vibrant and healthy. I love every cell in my body. I love to meditate. I love to dance. I love to laugh. I love my soul. Remember, I create. I inspire. My mind, heart, and every cell and every organ of my body, in my body, is energetic, is vitality, and it is strength. All right, healthy and strong. And yeah, and so just welcome back, and thank you so much. Your energy here matters to me. It is not random. It is aligned. We're gonna tap all the way into your mindset, into your mindset, meaning that abundance should be there. All you got to do is acknowledge it and recognize it and making it real, And when you lock it in with gratitude, it put the emotional pieces into place. All right? So don't forget, don't leave gratitude out. It is where you're moving when you're not certain about the outcome. All right? Not when it's still, when it's boring. You know, when things are happening that you don't understand. That is the point. Those are the pressure points when we get those sevens. All right. You still have faith and love. Let me go ahead with a moment of gratitude. We got the angels of abundance, and we about to lock it in. I still have faith. Last song you heard. What is the Lord? The last song that you heard. Last song you heard. Oh, I think that what I did here. I don't see nobody here. What happened? Oh well. Good afternoon, Francis, John. Hola, John, ¿cómo está? Good afternoon. Get your questions in early, unless you came to learn. I have a little something to share. I was in another live just about an hour ago. I was doing the 7-day love energy check, but I think I'm just gonna switch that to Tuesdays. Yeah, I'm gonna get back into my romance angels. This is where I shine. This is where all my energy comes boom, alive, strong, and I love it. My Sundays and Mondays are off the hook, which is Sun's Day and Moon Day for me. So the energy for me is incredible as I tap into the wisdom of the stars. As I send out that gratitude, I remember some, things. I anchor it. I stay emotionally consistent. I work with trust and I move with harmony with the divine timing and celestial order, and so should you. And then, of course, my spirit becomes, I connect to the mind of the divine. It becomes inspired. It becomes protected, recalibrated by cosmic intelligence. Remember, your story is not set. Hey, let's go ahead with a gratitude. For those of you that are going through any grudges, think of a hobby activity that brings you joy and do that. For the collective, think of a hobby and activity that brings you joy. Do that today. Hold it in your heart. All right? And say, man, this used to bring me joy when I was a little kid. All right? So what hobby, activity, think of it. All right? Hold that feeling in your heart, even if you don't do it. All right? Wow, to be a kid again. All right? So be thankful that you got to grow and you have to learn some lessons here. You can always go back into your childhood and tap into that feel of nostalgia, right? When we become so preoccupied with solving things, it leaves no room for the inner child. Suffocate it. Don't suffocate the inner child, all right? Have faith like a child. Let's go ahead. So, Tandika, are you still here? All right. I want to talk a little bit about tarot and what it is. I want to talk about tarot. What is tarot? What do you mean it's tarot? This is basically the archetypal map dressed in symbolic. All right. It is basically an archetypal map dressed in symbols. All right. So when you're reading cards, you're already reading planetary archetypes in motion, even if we're not saying it that way. All right. We're not naming them that way because that's the deeper truth. All right. So they mirror states of consciousness that you already embody. You integrate it already. You did it already, or you outgrew it. So if you're always the healer, attracting wounded partners, always the warrior, fighting intimacy, always the magician, imagining love but not fully embodying it, growth happens when you consciously shift these archetypes. I want to help you shift these archetypes, all right? Not to unconsciously repeat them, all right? So I'm going to be able to tell you which archetype you are defaulting to in love, and map your current archetype to specific tarot cards and show you what archetype wants to come online, what you're being trained for at the moment, and you're not allowing it because you're stuck in the past. And yes, these tarot cards, they carry polarity, all right? And when you understand how to have the balance between the aspects. Queen, question. Tandika, go ahead with your question. That oracle card speak with me. Which one? Which one speaks for you? Question for later. How can I increase my frequency? Do you have a level of surrender? Okay, first, how you understand frequency is one thing. It's a baseline. It's a state of feeling. It's not a literal. All right? So we'll talk about, we'll get into frequency. All right? Today, let's go one at a time. I was thinking about you because you wanted to know one of Jesus's or the way to decode the Bible, correct? Tomorrow, if you come in the morning, I'm going to try to be at 3:45, 4:15, maybe 5, I'm not sure. But we'll talk about frequency because it's not literal. It's a very metaphorical use. All right? Everything is metaphorically. All right? Okay, which card last spoke with you? All right? I'll give you any romance love coming soon. Because you want the romance, I'm going to give you an oldie but a goodie. Today's about abundance. Hopefully, I get to them. All right? But I will get one for the collective. All right, tomorrow, let's talk about, I'm going to teach here, or I'm going to talk about the 10 virgins. I'm going to go deep, so if you want to come back, once I'm done with Tandika, I'm going to go to the 10 virgins, all right, and the oil, all right? I hope you're ready for that. Right now, your frequency, how can you have to have a level of surrender, first of all. If you have a level of surrender, meaning that you don't try that, because you have capacity to hold polarity, means that you can contain opposite truths at the same time without collapsing to one side. All right, and so when you can hold polarity, right, and that means activating something that is discomfort, your nervous system wants to relieve. So holding that. All right, this is how you build more higher frequency, basically a vibration. All right, we high vibrational beings, but we forget how to access and our spiritual batteries. So it requires it's just that simple. You surrender, and I'll teach you about surrender. It's not that easy. All right, it sounds easy, but it's not. So little step by step. It's not gonna be overnight magic. I know I used to be like that. Oh, I'm gonna do everything. No, you surrender and then you get shown things. All right. Good. All right. You learn little by little. Okay. Let me go ahead to Tandika. Tandika, love for you. I'm gonna go tap into the angels of abundance. I mean, the angels, the romance angels. All right. I'm just gonna see love coming for you with the angels of abundance, and then I'm gonna go into the tarot. I'm gonna give you 3 cards, maybe 4. One more. What I was you, I will ask which card I'm gonna reflect, and I will ask what is the block. All right, you calling in on your soulmate, and you deserve love. I get it. All right, you are lovable. Calling in your soulmate. All right. So your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations are helping you bring together. So basically, what are you doing when it comes to prayers, affirmations, and how do you understand this energy when you call? Manifestation. One of the things that the last laws are the law of gender. It requires feminine and masculine energy. All right. Manifestation requires those things. All right. So what they telling me, the faster that you start praying, the faster and that means communing with the divine, affirming, all right, visualizing, writing, journaling. You got to do this. You don't do anything. Oh, I'm just going to sit here and think about it. That's not manifestation. All right. So we're going to leave that there. All right. I know exactly what they're trying to say to you. All right. So if you think I'm going to say these prayers and there's no, all right, you're going to have to learn how to surrender your some kind of, because you got your animal. You understand me? And in order for your animal to get integrated, right? Because you got human intelligence. So if I was you asking, what is my what? What is blocking love? Why can I get to a really high frequency? Because you can't just call, you can't send out affirmations, prayer, meditation, and then you worry about love. You can't. You could do it. And it's gonna be. It's just gonna delay the process because when you integrate, when it comes to love, that means you let your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions all align in the kind of love that you want to create. Okay? And that is taking what you've learned and living through it with your action, not just to understand it. I'm not here for you just to understand it, all right? And so that requires patience, all right? Reflection. I notice my emotions without denying them or suppressing them. I reflect on it. I ask, what is this experience and teach me about love? So it's not that easy. So you asking that, you're gonna hit so many walls until you get it. Exactly. One more. Let's see here. One more. You got the Four of Wands. You got the Page of Swords. And you have the Chariot. All right, so I see here discipline, all right? So right now they want you because you got the of Wands, and the Four of Wands is marriage, happily ever after, you know. But this without, you could be inspired when it comes to love, all right? But if you don't anchor this, all right, when you're trying to control outcomes, or when you're running or moving away from love or whatever it is that you're doing, you got to live in this container, okay? You got to embody this Four of Wands energy. You got to be open to receive. You got to give. You got to try to create more balance, because right now you're serious, all right? But you're emotionally, you still guarded, all right? The Emperor represents a person that's emotionally guarded. They serious, all right, but they're a little guarded, and so that's what's the problem here, all right? The Page of Swords is not a participant, all right? You're serious, you know that you want love, but love without discipline here. See, the Chariot, he moves through with confidence, but one thing about the Chariot, when it comes to love, he's disciplined. He's very a disciplined kind of energy, all right? So what it's showing me here is with the Page of Swords, failure to discipline. It's going to lead to, you know, because these two, you got to learn how to harness the energy of course, the black, which is the feminine, she receives, and the white is the masculine, all right? You need to bring those two into alignment, all right? You got to harness the energy of both, all right? You don't choose one side and collapse to one side, all right? Am I all in or all out, all right? So anyway, when you harness the energy, you move forward with confidence, because you go through, because you know there's emotion there, all right? But anyway, at the end of the day, understanding the polarity here, all right? Can you hold polarity while things are not uncertain here, okay? Because what you want to bring home, all right? And because this is hard working, this is a milestone, all right? But it requires having communication skills, working towards it. But when you have the Four of Wands, you got to remember that if everything stays just talk, and there's no planning, if it's just it's an inspiration, you don't get anything, all right? So it requires not only discipline, but of course structure and building and trusting and harnessing the energy, not trying not to collapse. All right, tired of being single, but well, then you got to understand a little bit thing about the observation. All right, the observation, because the Page of Swords, he's curious, he's watching, he gathers information, he's not emotionally invested yet, right? He's an observer more than a participant. All right. So when you look at this energy, there's something here that you have to do, of course. Okay. And it requires you quiet. Like, I don't know. Listen, one thing I want to tell you something. All right. This is here. This is telling you if you are truly happy. I don't think that you're happy. I'm trying to you know what it is. I don't know if you heal already, because the Four Swords is about healing, resting the mind, so the heart could catch up. You're trying to add pain. You don't understand the Three of Swords. So if you don't do this healing that is required, because your mind is going so quick, I don't know if you're trying to catch up to other people. All right. Once you get the 7, when the 7 shows up, the 7 is spiritual, a sacred number when it comes to love. All right. Hey, KK. All right. Because it signals a soul level growth, patience, and deep connection. All right. So the next 7 days, watch for lessons, watch for synchronicities, and the shifts in your heart. It's asking you to watch the shifts in your heart. All right. The 7 is one of the most luckiest number, because of unexpected blessings, they can appear. And if you open for signs from the universe, remember that the universe is always moving in your favor here. All right. You get recalibrated with cosmic intelligence. All right. And so when you see the 7, it's deep connections and soul lessons. It indicates, it's a very powerful message, by the way. It's healing, which is here. And then in the 4th house, we have Mercury retrograded. All right. This is a time to reflect. This is a time to revisit some things that you want to change. This is about you have to heal. All right. This is now you move forward. When you see the shifts happening in the 4th house on July 23rd, you're going to start moving forward with confidence. But right now, it's not the time. But you don't have to listen to what I'm saying to you. I want you to listen to the only person that knows you well. All right? But I know what I'm saying here. I'm serious. I want something real. Take real leadership in your feelings. All right? This is, look, let me tell you something when I see this. You know the one that's missing from here is the 5. And what that's telling me that somebody wants to lead the connection. Not 2 people. Rarely 2 people lead the connection. All right? Somebody got to take the lead. And if I take the lead, and that's the problem, this is why we clash. It's not a lot of times cheating when you see the 501s. It's different energies operating, the dynamic of the relationship. You got to understand it's really, really symbolic here. All right? This is why you see the people. All right? And in the 601, you see people, but in the 701, there's nobody's showing no face. All right? Because nobody want to take accountability. All right? So the bottom line is this. You need to take leadership in your feelings. All right? You need to have a little bit more discipline. Discipline without in love, it means you are taking accountability, responsibility, and you doing the work. All right? One thing about tarot doesn't take you to the 10 of cups. If you haven't done the healing here, the container here, all right, because it just gave you, what are you doing here? Your prayers, your affirmation, it's not only about that. It's really being serious about what you want and the kind of person that you want to commit to. All right? Because when it comes to choosing a husband or a wife, I'm going to take full responsibility for the person that I'm committed to, somebody that's stable. You know, I want something long term, but I have to build with this. All right? This is slow moving, building energy here, especially with this 2 of 1s there. But when you see the 7 says, trust the process. All right? There are small shifts that are going to lead to big results. You got to understand what Mercury is doing, and it's going to blow your mind once you learn how to align with this energy, because these shifts are happening. What's shifting, what's moving, and it is that energy. When you understand, don't believe that people tell you Mercury has nothing to do with it. I know you got a lot of idiots saying that, but boy, are you going to miss something. So get yourself, align yourself, because somebody, listen, either when the person leaves a relationship, they got to take responsibility, right? Or can we work together? How do we find the middle here? All right? If I'm taking that, because there's always got to be a leader. And this is the problem when we get to the 501s. Both people can lead. Somebody always got to take the lead. And can you trust that person to take the lead? Can you trust in your discernment? And can you trust in your judgment? All right? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I don't know how old are you. All right? You're tired of being single. This is the opportunity before this Mercury moves in. You got about 2 weeks. If you start right now being honest with yourself, what you want, what's your goals here, all right? If you start saying, you know what, I'm really going to take accountability, responsibility, all right, I'm going to really do the healing, and I'm going to leave the 4 swords there, all right? And if you're not preparing for that, then you're going to wait, you're going to want the same thing, all right? Because you're not willing to do the work here, all right? And it's going to leave you trapped. It's going to leave you with more questions than answers, all right? But knowing when you get to that 7, it is speaking high volumes there. All right? Because after that, you're going to wind up in the loop. All right? So, hey, how are you? Good afternoon. I hope you had a good... I did. How about you? All right? You're tired about doing single. This is the time that you start in the healing process, because tarot honors process. It is not going to jump you. All right? You stop adding pain. All right? I know how it is. I did it. I understand it because I did it. I tried, oh no, I want to be loved. I want to be with somebody. There's a difference of being needed, all right, and being in love. All right? That's why people get used, because, oh, you need love. I need somebody that's going to give me, I don't know if you got money, all right? And you confuse that with being in love. Being needed is different. Understand a little bit of here of being needed and being in love, all right? Because that, if I don't know if you have real, discipline when it came to love, if you grew up with a dad, like, well, how was your upbringing, all right? And so every time I get that, I know that we all need direction, all right? So to understand here, the healing, the container, all right? So when you look at spirituality versus religion, it's 2 different things, okay? So basically, religion is the container, and spirituality is the person that is, oh, hold on. All right? So to understand that 4 swords a little bit deeper, you have to understand, you have to go through the 3 of swords, and that requires anybody else has a question? Are you still here? All right? Are you still here? Let me know if you're still here, because I always give you extra energy, just because when people come in like that, like, I want love, I want love, I want love. And, all right? Are you still here? Go ahead, KK, ask. For anybody that's here, when you see that card, which is one of the most important things, all right, and what's happening with Mercury retrograde, it is a time to reflect and heal, all right? So the current energy right now is not an active movement. This is a period of rest, recovery, reflection, all right? It's a time to retreat. This is taking a break from stress, conflict, or pressure, all right? This is a time where you need mental quiet and a time to think, healing emotionally after a period of difficulty. Why would you want to end more pain? Okay, this is when you pull back from people or situations to regain balance. All right, this is not a ready to take action kind of energy. Not just yet. When it comes to relationship, the energy right here could feel like what? I want space. You know, I want less communication. Reflecting on what they truly want. All right. If you haven't recovered here, when you get this energy, it's gonna leave you exhausted. This is the pause between chapters, between transits. All right. This is the time to rest, so that the future action can be clear and more effective. And if you don't do that, boy oh boy, you're gonna keep watching tarot for the rest of your life, and you're not gonna have a clue. You need to take a step back because the Four of Swords is an intentional rest. It's not a collapse. It's not avoidance. It's conscious recovery. All right. The battle here is truth. All right. The source equals the mind. All right. And the fours are all about stability. You know, this mental rest that we need here, this recalibration, you know, the nervous system heals, right? It is that intentional stitching, all right? So this card says to pause. After stress, silence after conflict, integration after heartbreak, rest after overstimulation. It comes after the Three of Swords, heartbreak. If you've been hurt, now the body needs quiet. Process. You haven't processed it. All right? What healing looks like here, turning inward, limiting communication, taking space, sleeping more, meditation, prayer, journaling, no dramatic decisions. Is do nothing so you don't make it worse. All right? I need space to emotionally recover. Silence is not rejection, it's recalibration. A break for the mind so you can reflect. It's not punishment. It basically asks you, are you allowing yourself to truly rest, or are you secretly waiting for something to change? What are you healing from? All right? You're waiting for something to change, all right? And so the Four Swords come next to it. Not the Two of Cups. There is not. You don't get immediately next step to. The immediate next step is the container. You don't get the Ten of Cups. It doesn't happen like that. You got to process. All right. Anyway, so this card always answers the Three of Swords. Always. All right. And so when you start adding to it, all right, this is not isolating yourself. You don't fix the pain yet. All right. You don't add to it either. All right. You gotta sit still so your heart can catch your mind. And if you've done that, all right, then it's time to take the next step. Now you start journaling. All right. I understand. I'll try my best with my healing phase. All right. You're always gonna get this energy because you have to do the work. Journal, pray, meditate. All right. So if you're trying to find somebody that's emotionally available, right? If you have done the emotional pain, okay? A lot of your emotional pain is just asking it to be acknowledged rather than to be ignored. Don't ignore it. All right? You could have heartache from the past, a current situation that still needs healing. Have the honest conversations, but with yourself. All right? I know that it's difficult because truth has to come out because the battle here is the truth. All right? The battle is the truth. All right? And so let go. Let go. Make room for healthier love. All right? And so remember, you got the cut. All right? And now you get the healing. All right? Because the Three of Swords is just about ending confusion. All right? And then you go straight through the Four of Swords healing process, the healing container. All right? And it says, I don't need clarity yet. I don't need clarity yet. To hurt less, I need rest to integrate what I already know. All right? Whether it was suddenly shocking, you got to understand what this is saying, and I'm going to keep repeating it to you. All right? You're gonna expand through awareness, through pain. The threes are all about expansion through pain. Swords are all about perception. All right? So when you understand this energy, you free yourself, all right? And you start feeling much better, all right? Yeah, well, you make it worse because you're trying to recuperate. You like the way it felt, right? You liked it, all right? I don't know if you got karmic. Anyway, let me see. It's more spirit, and these cards are spiritual. These cards are spiritual. These cards are for you to get to the surrender. When you understand what the tarot archetypes are, you start to understand different consciousness of you, different parts. It mirrors your soul, and your soul is tired, and you don't give it. You want to keep love, love, love. You want to pick up right because I know I did it. No, no. Well, somebody else will come, and if they're gonna hold you, they might. You open, and they're gonna leave you open. They're not gonna heal you. Somebody else is gonna have to come, and boy, oh boy, you're not even gonna want them. Oh, I don't want them to heal me. All right, this is the time for you. At least a month, at least 2 weeks. It come. At least give yourself 2 weeks. All right. When you try to listen, one thing about us, we try to look for pattern. All right. We want relief right away, and we don't want to do the work because we don't want to deal with it. All right. Remember your ego versus your inner self. In order for you to transcend, you must anchor as you expand, and you expanded here. All right. We missed the universe. You know, we missed that chance. I want to be surprised. I believe in love. I want healthy love, healing love. All right. Imagine if a person just holds you and don't heal you, but thank God for tension, right? Because it helps you. The same pain that was created through tension, it'll heal you as well. This is one of the fascinating things about love. If somebody just opens you up, but you got to be careful and don't heal you. All right, just learn a little bit more about love and emotion versus love, so you don't get confused by love. All right. Emotion is loud. It's responsive. Boom! I want it now. I feel it. Yeah, it must be. Wow, it feels good. When you get to this card, at least just relax. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. Yeah, and you make it worse. Don't make it any worse. All right. So Francis said what? Yeah, tarot doesn't bypass the truth. No spiritual bypassing. You have to do the work. Thank you. You said it beautifully. No spiritual bypassing. It doesn't take you straight to the Ten of Cups. I'm sorry. All right. It doesn't take you there. You have to do. You don't honor this, then you're gonna start reopening old wounds. You're never gonna get to the bottom of what it is. Really, really, you gotta be able to go deep. If you stay surface level, you can forget about it. Of course, the war is the truth. All right. That's one of the most important cards that comes out. All right. No more spiritual bypassing. This is time. So I hope that at least 2 weeks. I hope I don't see you before in 2 weeks, and I'll see how your energy looks. If you take the advice and you start journaling, you start praying, start communing with something divine, get out of your head, stop thinking the worry, how long it's going to take, I'm going to wait for them to change. This is the time with Mercury in the reverse, in retrograde phase, an opportunity to go inward and see what it is that you really want, and then you could carry that energy forward. That is the shifts that are happening. A lot of people don't explain it well because they are not in the same frequency that I am. But at the end of the day, they're trying to give you the best they can with the tools that they have and the knowledge that they have. All right, please take this, take this guidance from the universe. It's not from me. All right, I'm speaking. These cards speak through the stars, and when you connect it to luminous intelligence, when you're in a good frequency, when you understand codes here, you're gonna be better. I'm telling you, it's waiting for you. Hey, I want you to do these things. Why you not doing them? Why you keep? I don't want you to hurt. I wish I would have known all this stuff. My ego was strong. My ego's so strong. I said, you son of a you. My ego's rooted on being strong. It wants to protect you. But the ego doesn't know that, No, 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 no. We're not fitting your plans. Please, at least 2 weeks. We got until at least July 23rd. Then you're going to start seeing. I'm telling you, listen, I don't want to make any empty promises because I don't know how much work you're going to do. But I'm telling you, I did it and I moved forward. Oh, and it's amazing. Take this time because then after that, mixed signals are going to come in. You're going to go with a person and it could turn out great. You might make a conscious decision or it could turn out the worst decision you ever made. And then you go back and then you got to go back to this. All right, this is a never-ending journey. We can never pray, communicate, and of course, be grateful that these experiences are shaping me. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm expanding. All right, love is beautiful. All right, when it's true, the sun exposes shadows. Anyway, journal, pray, meditate. I can't stop trying to control things. Exactly. Stop trying to control things outside of me. Exactly. The external. That's what the emperor does. He controls the external. See, the only way you're gonna understand the emperor because he controls systems. Okay, he's government, so his eye is on everybody else. He's busy controlling everybody else, but he forgets about himself because he's so busy working the external, controlling the outside. This card is the Emperor is one of the deepest cards that you will ever understand. Until you really understand government, how we got government in house, and you're not gonna understand what the Emperor is telling you because he's in control of the external. All right, he is in control of the external, and you're rooted on being strong. And man, you got to work through that. You got to break that. When you understand government, then you will understand the Emperor. All right, I'm gonna go in heavy on this card. If you guys are ready, if it comes out again, I'm gonna hit it with a whoop whoop what, and you're gonna really understand what the Emperor's telling you. Take leadership of your feelings. He doesn't want to deal with them because he has to watch out systems. All right. Remember, the kings, centralized kings, formed the first centralization of governments, but then that was about order, and then the emperor took over, and now he is taking control of many systems. All right, not just one. All right, so he has a tough job to do. All right, like for what is my ex possible? Kriti, Kriti, I'm not picking up your name. Can you give me your sign? And John, France, what do you want me to call you, John? That's a heavy name. That's a heavy name, John. I had a little connection with a John. When I first seen your name, I was like, wait a minute. When I first seen your name, yeah, I was like, could that be him? He was a student. He was a student of mine. Oh, Francis. Yeah, he was a student of mine. Yeah, he was a student. I was teaching him some esoteric stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go with you next. Oh, Kitty, that's right. I was calling you Kitty. All right. I don't need you to walking around here nervous. Understand where the energy's at, and then you won't have no problem. All right. And if you still on this energy, one Mercury will go retrograde. It's just a matter of time before somebody comes in. Hey, Kitty. I'm sorry, sweetie. All right. I'm gonna go with Francis. Francis, go ahead and ask me for a card. For those of you that want to know a little bit more of the sacred text, all right, I am going to be explaining it just 5 minutes. If you want to stay and learn, great. And I got to put the light. I block my light. I am going to talk about the. What am I going to talk about? The. Let me see here. Which one I'm going to talk about? I have so much. I have so much things to talk about. I got so much. I'm gonna talk about the 10 virgins, all right? And I think you find them in the last. I think it's in the John in Revelation. John wrote the book of Revelations. I want to talk a little bit for those of you that are not, that I really understand, all right? If you want to stay. I'll be right back. Francis, I'm gonna give you a. You might get the High Priestess again. All right. Before I go, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Always stay curious. Always ask questions. All right. I'm gonna explain a little bit. So that you was asking how you raise your vibration frequency. All right. I got a lot of mind blowing stuff, but I'm not gonna be doing this in this channel. I'm gonna do this one thing for you. Just that's it. After that, after I get set up in my other channel, all right, after, let me take care of this one, and then I'm gonna go in there, all right, and I'm gonna cause a lot of controversy for the ones that are wet behind the ears. John, Francis, let me go ahead. I'm gonna cause a lot of controversy. That's what Jesus did. He didn't conform to the people don't really understand Jesus's energy. Thank you, Jay Shaw. All right. Yeah, let him save you. Go call on Jesus. He'll help you. One more. All right. Thank you. One more. If you're uncomfortable, then ooh, ooh, one more. If you're uncomfortable, then all right. You got the Three of Swords and the Emperor. All right. So the energy surrounding you, love, right now. All right. All right. So the night, I like the night. I like very strong energy. All right. You're taking leadership in your feelings. You're not being manipulated. All right. So you're very, but you have healthy boundaries, which I love when I see the Three of Swords in reverse. All right. So they want me to talk about government structure, building structure here, building basically spiritual discipline. All right. One thing about that, one thing about Jesus, he fought the religious leaders of the time, and politics. All right. Remember that Roman was on the Jews were under Roman occupation. Okay. All right. Or more, listen, more money, more a new system requires a new name, all right? Because the first form of governments were the kings. They were centralized to king, which bring order, all right? So, all right. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right? I'm going to talk about a little bit about the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God. I'm going to bring a lot of controversy. And I'm going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, but that's okay. All right? It is okay by me. All right. If you feel, a lot of people are scared. Oh, yeah. So I don't do that here because I know people's emotional state. And I know their baseline. And when we operate from fear, we don't let fear, which is part of your intelligence, we don't let new energy come in. We believe everything that is given to us. All right. Of course, we have mentors, leader, guys, and we go in that energy instead of listening to that inner voice, because we know it. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. We just conform. We conform and we don't listen to our inner guidance. We don't. We believe these stories because they make us feel comfortable and they make us feel safe. And I get it. I was like that. I'm not asking you to believe anything. I'm sharing something with you, Francis, and this is, it won't happen anymore on this channel. And if you want more, I will send you to and give you the link to my, hopefully I go in there and go on this. I'll be right back. Let me go ahead. What's up, I? Where am I? Yeah, I said good morning to you, but you were still in your bed. I'll see you when I'm done with the live. I'll see you in about an hour. I'm not going to say that long. I have other priorities that need my attention as well. I have a few priorities on Sunday. So I'm going to eat me. I always eat on here. Shabani. Some water. Let me fuel up before I continue. Yes, Jesus didn't conform. He was actually a revolution. Exactly. All right. This is going to be one time here. And then just to give you a little something. All you got to do is speak with Jesus. Men are a little bit more reserved. They rely on their logic and they doctrine. They stay with the book. And we don't live in books. So unfortunately, it's encoded in mystery, the sacred text. So if you are maybe feeling a little bit sensitive, and I get it, I was very sensitive as well. uncovering some things, hidden treasures, the keys to the things that we were lost. Man, it'll blow your mind. But anyway, I am not here to make anybody feel uh, so comfortable. I mean, you could be comfortable. I mean, I'm comfortable in my skin. Uh, I'm just here to reveal truth and awakening, right? To help you steady. You know things already. You know things. There's no things that you don't know. All right. But anyway, the most mystical parable, because remember how Jesus spoke. All right. Yeah, and that's one thing. Curiosity will always lead us to the truth, and that's why the page of source always comes out. Gather more information. You don't know. You don't have all the facts. Don't assume. All right. When we assume, we don't leave room for nothing. Oh, I already got all the answers. I already know it all. I read that. I read one book, and we get scared, and we let that fear lock us. It does, and it's sad, but it does happen. All right. I come from I have a very Christian background. My grandmother, so in honor to my grandmother, I always wondered did she know things, and the fear stopped her. She died at 100. She died at 100 years old. So that's for my grandmother Lydia, and devoted Pentecostal. So, but when we look at the most mystical parable about light consciousness and shadow consciousness taught by Jesus Christ, is the parable of the wise and the foolish virgins in Matthew 25, 1-13. All right. So when we talk about I'm gonna go through a little bit. Knowledge can be a prison. Yeah, yeah. This is why you gotta explore. I love that, man. You're so. What are you, a Sagittarius? What are you? Wow. You a Sagittarius? What's your sign? I love that. This is why you don't. This is why you don't. This is why you don't collapse. This is why you don't choose sides. Because there's so many stories, but one truth, and we don't know what that is. I love that. That thing is dope. You're a Capricorn. Oh wow. I never met a Capricorn like you, man. You're awesome. Wow. That's what you did tell me the other day. Excuse me. But anyway, when we look at the lamp, right? And the lamp, what it says is human consciousness. All right. The lamp symbolizes the human soul and our awareness. Just like a map of consciousness needs fuel to stay illuminated, without attention and awareness, the inner light fades. The oil equals inner spiritual energy. Mystics often interpret the oil as inner wisdom, spiritual awareness, love, faith, and awakening consciousness. All right. I'm gonna go back to when the bridegrooms finally arrived at midnight, and the foolish virgins' lamps went out. They went to buy oil. I'm pretty sure you read the Bible, you know about it. All right. And when they were gone, the door was shut, and they missed the celebration, right? And but the mystical meaning of it. All right. That's all it is. Well, there's more to it, but anyway, the oil equals inner spiritual energy. Mystics often interpreted the oil as inner wisdom, spiritual awareness, love, faith, and awakened consciousness. Remember, he always talked about love, faith, unity with all things, right? And when we look at the Christ consciousness, right, the Christos, the oil is unconditional love. It's one that is with everything, with all that is one. It leads to much deeper freedom. All right? And so anyway, it represents inner substance that keeps the soul. It keeps your soul awakened. He's talking about awakening the soul. And you know that oil was used to consecrate and all that. All right? So anyway, so the midnight arrival awakening, the midnight symbolizing the moment of spiritual awakening. All right? I'm going to give you one more, and then it goes into, and then it goes in trusting your gravitational pull. And I'll explain that quickly, but you got it? Awaken, there you go, you getting it. You getting that Christos oil. All right? So it represents times in life when truth appears. It can't, listen, look at the beauty of it. Look at the beauty of it. It represents a time in life when truth appears unexpectedly. Like here. Like here, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are scrolling. They see this a tarot channel, and oh wow, truth appears unexpectedly, and you're not ready. You might not be ready for it, and I get it. All right. Those who have cultivated awareness are ready, and those who have not may feel lost or unprepared. Oil cannot be borrowed. Listen, this is the most important thing. Because oil cannot be borrowed. One of the most mysterious parts is that the virgins cannot give their oil to others. This is profound meaning because some things cannot be transferred. Personal awareness, all right? Personal awareness, spiritual maturity, inner transformation. Each person cultivates their own light. You have the power to cultivate your own light, all right? The door closed and symbolized mis-awareness. When people remain unconscious for too long, they may overlook opportunities for transformation. This power encourages spiritual wakefulness, all right? And I know a lot of people that are not prepared, but truth comes in unexpectedly, all right? And I love me and my trust in my own gravity, just as these planets start to organize and rearrange. Because when we look at ourselves cosmically, we are cosmically rearranged matter, right? When we look at the exoshell explosions and all that stuff. But anyway, that is a lot of it. How do you like it? All right. You know, when the lamp was filled with oil, you could shine in the darkness. This is why your oil appears in many spiritual stories about keeping. And it is so freaking amazing when you tap into the fullness, and when you see, the only thing that's different, and this is why Jesus is mind effing blowing, right? This is why Jesus hung out with a lot of women, because we have the eye of intuition. All right. When you see the high priestess, she's giving you the eye of intuition, the left eye. It is in the name. When you see Solomon, we encode it in mystery, but we don't take our time. We take it literally because our mind, all right, wants certainty. It wants safety. It wants relief. We can't do too much pressure. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. It'll take you into another. I'll take you into a whole another free. And I got much more. So I've been doing a lot of work. All right, and just trying to get people to concentrate. All right, understand their Christos. And anyway, but I'm not gonna do it here. I'm here just to explain the archetypes of energy and why you getting stuck, so you can raise your level of consciousness. That's all. You just becoming more aware. Oh shit, I didn't know I was doing that. I don't want that. All right. So anyway, oil was used for anointing in the ancient Middle East. Oil was poured on the heads of some of the chosen. All right, for the sacred role. So we look at the kings, the prophets, the priests. They were anointed with oil as sign as divine blessing. All right. And the word Christ means the anointed one. You guys know that. And it comes from Greek Christos, meaning one consecrated with oil. Oil symbolizes healing. I'm not done yet. This is good. Symbolizes healing. Oil was used to heal wounds and soothe the body, like in the parable of the Good Samaritan. The wounded men injuries were treated with oil and wine. This made oil very symbolic of restoration, compassion, and spiritual healing. And so the deeper meaning, mystical teachings of Jesus Christ, humans being, we carry a light of consciousness, but the lamp only shines when it is filled with awareness. The lamp is only going to shine when you fill it with awareness, love, wisdom, and presence. So this teaching essentially is what? Stay awake, keep your inner light burning, all right? And so when we look at the with the olive oil, it's a sacred symbol, okay? Why? Because it's considered spiritual, because it's life, it's lighting, it's healing, and it's divine presence. And oil creates light. Lamps, they burn it to produce light, right? Because the oil becomes a symbol for spiritual illumination, wisdom, and conscious awakening. And there's so much. I got so many. I wish I can't wait to get that channel started. And when we understand a living symbol of life, sustaining by the divine, the generosity of the divine. And you know, the Romans consider that a long, you could live long, all right? They give you longevity, all right? One of the things Right? Don't you love that? It'll make you feel good. All right? Uh, no, one thing here that we've been held by so many traumas, dogmas, and doctrines and programs. We are held by so many of them. All right? You like it, huh? I knew you were going to like it. Huh? I didn't start it yet. I got a little bit in there, but I haven't fully going there yet because I got to prepare myself as Jesus continues to prepare me for because it's going to be big. It's not going to be, I'm building more skin. I go between the badger. You know the badger? You know the badger, when the lions, they take it, they can't tear it apart. You know the honey badger, right? That one got to, right? I live, huh? I love it, right? It's mind expanding. Anyway, you know, when we look at the gift of the gods in ancient cultures, in ancient Greek, the olive tree was considered a divine gift from Athena. No, we could go into Athena now because it got so many layers. It got so many layers. That's why he had to be like, don't talk about spirit if you don't know what it is, because you're gonna get stuck in an emotion. You're gonna get stuck with a ghost. If you believe in demons and you haven't freaking integrated, please don't bring that here. You're stuck. All right. Anyway, we look at Athena, and according to legend, she created the first olive tree, and it provided food, oil, and wood for the people. Because of this, the olive tree symbolizes wisdom and civilizations. All right. Anyway, when we look the you know the olive trees that can live hundreds and even thousands of years and still produce. Look at, they could still produce fruit. Ain't that something? Because of this ancient cultures, they saw the olive tree as a symbol of longevity, resilience, renewal, external light. All right, even after being cut and burned down, and all right, an olive tree can grow again from its roots. It could grow from its roots, guys. All right, food, light, medicine, peace, symbol, spiritual meaning. All right, and one important place is the Mount of Olives. All right, where Jesus prayed before his arrest. Before he was arrested, Jesus prayed on the Mount of the Olive. All right, in the olive groves in the region where it's in quiet places. So those places are seen quiet for reflection and spiritual connection. I got a lot of. Listen, when I get through, I got some mind blowing stuff that, and this is all thanks to Jesus. All right, and understand this is about love, awareness, and compassion and faith, because oil represents inner spiritual energy, and many mystics, of course, they understood symbolically as the inner energy of the soul, representing love, because it goes back into love, faith. Yeah, it's too deep. It's too deep. It's too deep. I'm too deep. I'm too deep. I'm too deep. Because I surrender. Because I don't want to understand things for my logic. With my mind, the way my mind was, man, I had to. It's been a very, very incredible, powerful journey. And so when we understand devotion, like in the parable of the the 10 virgins, the oil keeps the lamps burning, symbolizing the spiritual energy that keeps conscience awake. Oil connects heaven and earth. Oil comes from living plants and scent, especially the olive trees, because it is right, preserved from fruit and transformed into something luminous. It's a transformation. We always transform and we don't realize that. All right. I mean, I could go into I can't wait to go to the periodic table. Exactly. No more. All right. Again, oil represents the substance that keeps the soul illuminated. Without the oil, the lamp is of consciousness will this, it don't go nowhere. You won't integrate anything. Okay. It's a symbol of, basically it keeps us alive, but we have to continue to put the oil. So we have to keep, and then remember that our brain images, our mind, like our brain and our mind naturally remember pictures, actions more than plain statements. All right. So we got to look at pictures. We constantly got to be looking for codes. All right. And anyway, when we look at the sacred unseen, it might be the inner voice guiding you, feeling. It's guiding you. All right. Instead of, I feel spirit guiding me. You can say this is. I wanted to talk about that. Well, I don't. Well, I don't let people talk about that here. I stopped them right there. All right. But I think I'll bring that next time. All right. And then when we look at the kingdom of God, when we look at the kingdom of God is within us, the idea of the kingdom of God, especially in spiritual teachings, is not mainly about a place. It's not about a place. It's about a state of being, order, and alignment. This is what here. All right. With truth. And when Jesus Christ spoke about the kingdom of God, he was pointing to something both within you and beyond you. So the kingdom as an inner state, in the Gospel of Luke, it says the kingdom of God is within you. This means the kingdom of God. The kingdom represents inner peace, alignment with truth, harmony between heart and mind. And when your inner world is order, calm, and aware, you are in the kingdom of the sacred unseen. You're going to learn a lot of powerful words. See, I'm always shooting out stuff. And like I said, a lot of people, oh, when truth comes, wow, it comes. So if you've been watching around YouTube, Facebook, wherever you've been, they've been telling you you're gonna be awakened to some truth. You're not gonna. It's not gonna happen there. All right, you're gonna bump into somebody like me, and it's gonna happen because the invisible force. When you trust your own gravity, all right, you trust in your own gravity. It's a poetic way of saying trust the center of your being, the inner force that naturally pulls you towards. This is when we see the cross. All right. And don't get me started on the cross. I wanted to talk about the split of the universe. And if we could even look at symmetry breaking today. All right. It is recorded, isn't it? It's like we can't make it up. We look at an matter between matter and antimatter. All right. So when we look at this force, naturally that pulls you towards what is truth for you. And the word gravity itself means, all right, weight, attraction, and seriousness. And when we look at physics, gravity is a force that holds planets, orbits, right? But spiritually represents a force that keeps your soul aligned with its truth. Your gravity is your inner center, just like planets orbit star. Your life begins to organize itself around your core values and your inner truth. All right? And when you trust your own gravity, you stop chasing external approval. You move from what? Inner instability, people, opportunities, right? You start moving closer to the things that you desire because it is there. All right? It is similar to the scientific idea of gravitational attraction. Things are drawn towards what has mass presence. A person who trusts that gravity has spiritual mass. All right. So gravity creates authenticity, and when someone trusts their inner center, they develop calm, grounded energy. This is why certain people seem naturally magnetic. They're not forced in life. They anchor it in themselves. All right, especially philosophical thinkers. All right. And when we look at, I can't even pronounce his name, he spoke about becoming who you truly are instead of living by borrowed values. All right, trusting your gravity means living by your inner axis, not collapsing on the outside pressure. Gravity protects you from chaos. Without gravity, things feel drift and endless, okay, in life. And it looks like what? Constantly changing your identity, losing direction, being pulled by every opinion. Your gravity gives you orientation, just as the earth held together by gravity. By the earth staying in orbit around the sun, your inner gravity keeps your life from scattering. It's good to come in and learn a little something, right? You know, one of the things about gravity, trusting your own gravity, the spiritual meaning, mystical trust in your gravity means trusting the divine spark inside of you. All right? And in the teachings of Jesus Christ, and when he says the kingdom of God is in you, right? In that sense, it's the pool of truth and the pool of conscience and the pull towards love, purpose. All right? And a better way to see is gravity is invisible. It's invisible because you can't see it, but it's powerful. So your soul, when you trust it, life stops feeling like a constant struggle. All right? To hold on to, I got to keep everything together. All right? Because your center begins to hold you. All right? It is. All right? I want you to listen. You guys are super incredible. You guys not just these beings of ground. You guys got spirit. All right? And when your spirit believes in other things that greater. See, what happens is you believe in that spirit or that person is more better than you. You know, you start learning. All right? Well, I got energy too. I could pull some things. Yeah, you got to stop doing that. Stop giving all your power away. All right? Don't do the Hey Girl Wake Up podcast. So anyway, so you stop holding on to everything together, right? And you create, remember that your center begins to hold you. And the hidden connection between gravity and the heart's magnetic field, and why people feel energetically grounded. It links with physics, consciousness, spirituality, and surprisingly, right, it's something much more fascinating. But I'll bring some awareness because when Jesus says the kingdom, the kingdom. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hurry up. Who says the kingdom? And let me sound over that. That came out wrong. That came out. I'm trying to hurry up. Hey, kiki kiki kiki. All right. So when we look at Christ speaking about the kingdom of God, he was pointing to something both within you and beyond you, all right? And that inner state, all right? And so that means the kingdom represents inner peace, alignment, and truth, and order in a way of your kingdom that you're in. So when you look at divine order, as the kingdom has already, remember that the kingdom has rulers, it has structures, laws, structure, and the spiritual kingdom represents divine order, governing chaos, truth over illusion, love over fear, awareness over unconscious reaction. Is the moment when your life is no longer ruled by impulses, but by higher understanding. The kingdom is consciousness awakening, mystical. The kingdom is awakening from illusion, seeing clearly, with living in alignment with what's real. This is what Jesus Christ spoke in parables. The kingdom isn't something you're told. It is something that you realize. And with that being said, I hope that helped you so much. I'm going to step away because I will keep going because this is what I like. And the kingdom as a living presence is not a static. It's something that moves through you. All right? Truth and awareness, the Holy Spirit, the living presence of divine energy. All right? And so, all right? Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there because I love this stuff. And this is not the channel for it, but every once in a while, I like to wake up the crowd. I like to wake up the fam. Hey, fam. Who you with? Exactly. Greetings, love. What up? All right. I hope that helped you. And when I set up the channel, I'm going to go in there with some heavy, heavy stuff. A lot of people are still trying to decode. I mean, I got so much. I wish I could stay here talk. I mean, it's going to be incredible. All right? All right? You got it. You got it. Don't worry about it. You're going to ask. Just ask. You gotta have a level of surrender. You're not gonna try to what it is that because you're basically aligning your will with the will of the divine. You gotta remember you got the animal instinct. Remember that we cannot go on every impulse the animal or an animal of the size of the animal. We can't go on that impulse, right? Because remember the animal reacts. It wants to fight, right? It scratch, it bite. It makes mistakes. All right, has no it's not. It's not aware. It is in your DNA anyway. All right, it's part of your genome. All right, I'm going to talk about the genes and all that stuff. I love talking about a lot of important stuff. I kind of dumbed myself down a little bit here. I had to. That's called humble, being humble. No pun intended. All right, so anyway, understand that what it's saying to you. You do that. You working on your thing, right? You master it. You do it. You do it. But you have to have patience here. Surrender. All right. This is when things get in a line. You just start slowly. Nothing happens overnight. This is you getting prepared. All right. Jessica will receive enough money to spend my salon. There has been a few setbacks. It's all right. Those setbacks are comebacks. All right. I did say I was going to speak about this card. I'm going to speak about this card, but I'm going to use another deck because I'm going to speak about this card again. When it comes to relationships, and then I'm going to speak because Gemini got the Eight of Pentacles. All right, and how we treat relationships like projects. All right, we don't treat relationships like projects. We either end and we have reconciliation. Not one, but like I said, just one. Somebody always want to lead. When it comes to love, there's always one person, but you could trust that person with your heart. No, don't post it again. No, don't listen. One thing that you don't do, right? Do you trust that person with your heart? You gotta believe that you make a really, really good decision. All right. Because that's telling you that your curiosity, I don't know if you get kings, but if you get kings a lot, that is you having the balance between the child. You got to have the challenge between the page and the knight. All right? I'm going to talk about the page and the knight since you said that. And what does it mean when you get the page and the knight? I think I talked about it over and over again. But I could never get tired of talking about this card here. All right? We got blacksmith and anyway. All right. Where's my other deck? Where did I put my other deck? Now I lost my other deck. Where the heck I put it at? Qué manera de quererte, qué manera. All right. I'll be right back. I gotta move up a little bit. Paperwork being delayed. I'm holding me up. All right, let's calm down. You're gonna breathe, breathe. Come on in and breathe. Just gotta breathe and relax. All right. Girl, wake up, pal, cause for real, my offer is letters late. You guys, how long this been? This been since July. When this happened on not July, June what? When this happened on June 20th? Around there? How long ago? 2 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks. All right. How long has it been? Yeah, I'm gonna go refresh. Yeah, I have to refresh my energy. I want let me go drink some oxygen H2O. Let me go. Oh wow, that's a long time. Wow, really? You better recheck your emails. You check your emails and everything? Right now, I'm gonna give you a card to reflect. If you want it. I'm not hey Francis. Oh, okay. I'm gonna give you a card to reflect. I'm not in the mood to look for all that. I can't. Alright? Hey Celine, hello. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Queen. Alright? Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Wow. Let me see. Paperwork is delay of holding me up. Alright? Let me go with Kiki the Kiki. Kiki, do you love me? Alright, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with kitty cat. Let's make it a little fun. We don't want to get too drabby. Alright, I gotta try to have a balance. I have to have balance. I cannot make it all serious. That's not what spirituality is about. Alright? Alright, let me go ahead. Kitty, go ahead with your message. Alright. Girl, wake up. I'll see you in a little bit if you're still here. Alright? Alright. Let me go ahead, kitty. We're not going to restart right now. You have to relax, breathe, let it go, let things fold. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to just give you the same. I'm going to either give you the same toxic positivity that you hear all over the network. If you're all over the network asking people whatever, or, friends or whatever, family, you're going to probably hear the same thing, or you're going to hear something more elevated. You're going to hear something more intelligent. I don't know if you're there for it, if you want it. Okay? But the energy for me today is the archangels, okay? And that is it. That is where we at. All right? All right, sweetie. You go relax. All right? Because it's going to happen like that. I'm going to give you the same thing. She got to understand it. She got Saturn in her house. Saturn is in the house. All right. She caught my attention for a minute. She caught my attention for a minute. I had to go recalibrate because you got to understand. You got to I don't know if you're still here or you left. You got to understand that you're an Aries. You have Saturn in your house, and you got to understand. If you don't understand that, you got. I don't know if you who you're watching, and but you really take time to dedicate more time if you are, because people give you the wrong information. All right, we run through these frequencies so quick where we don't understand. Saturn is disciplinary. You have to understand what Saturn is doing, and it's delaying these things on purpose. All right, it happened to me 3 years ago until I had to get. This is why I started all over again. All right, and when it comes, it comes. All right. If she's there, let me see. Are you familiar with the Turin brain of fear? Oh no, I haven't heard that. Where it talks about the Oh yeah, but I didn't know it in those terms. Yeah, I didn't know it in those terms. Yeah, reptilian. We'll talk about that. You could teach me that. You could definitely teach me that. For those of you that are asking about any delays, and you're in Aries, I'm gonna try to do a video for you, money, so you can understand. Because it happened to me 3 years ago, and I had to start all over again. All right, it's not nothing happened. It's nothing evil going on. Nobody's doing nothing to you. None of that nonsense. You gotta get off that. You gotta learn how to. Of course, you are the first house, beginning to understand things. It's gonna make it a little harder for you because you guys don't like to deal. You like it fast, quick, easy, and it doesn't happen like that. So now, when that energy is occupying this house, your first house is awakening you through restrictions. So you're gonna be restricting things here, right? That doesn't mean something bad is happening. Okay, it points to power, ambition, money, and contracts or intense environments surrounding your right now. Okay, let me see. Talked about it. Who David? I don't know these people. Oh, I like that. I like that. You could teach me about that. Is Kitty still here? Kitty, let's go ahead. Let's give you a romance angel. You got to understand what's happening in your first house and Saturn awakening you through restrictions. That's limitation structures. All right. That is all about feeling heavy, fate. All right. Saturn feels restricted, serious, and dealing with your realities. You got to understand that. I think she left, but I wanna bring that to awareness. Okay. You gotta when you understand that, you be like, oh, okay. You're gonna come out better than before because there's something that you haven't get done. That is for you to plan carefully. Go review everything. Maybe that business right now, you probably don't have the discipline. You don't have enough tools. You don't have the money. You're gonna have to start all over again. I'm sorry to tell you, because this is why a lot of people we start businesses we having all the tools. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. All right. Saturn lessons is what do you need to learn? How can I at best accept responsibilities and overcome them? All right. How can I become more aware of my potentialities? What steps to accept that restricts and leads you towards your true path and your capabilities in the future. You got to understand Saturn. Once you understand Saturn, you be like, okay, I got to get it done. All right? And when we look at Saturn, we, but you come out better than before. I promise you that. All right? So it happens. That's just the way it happened. All right? Especially if you're trying to buy a house or anything like that, you're going to have complications. All right? Especially, you guys remember, you run through things quick. You make, of course, you're learning. You're in the learning house. And when you go through life quick, it gives you an opportunity now to do things different. All right? So like 4, and if you accept that, then you be like, okay, what do I got to do to get, you got to delete the whole channel. I said, I already got 2 channels that I monetized. What do you mean? I didn't want to. What do you mean I got to what? Yeah. You don't know shit. I got it nice and slow. David coined the lizard people, shape-shifting entities who apparently took over the shadow government. Oh, wow. That is cool. I would like to learn about that. Yeah, but after you get the information, like, where's this room for it now? Then what do you get at? Because you get an information, right? Right? Like, what do you do after that? That's cool. I would definitely like to learn about that. You know, one thing about me, I believe slowly. I believe anything's possible. And like you said earlier, knowledge is good, but it'll hold you. So I let it go. Okay. That was something for me to learn about and something to look into. I like that. I like that. All right, let's go ahead. Kitty, are you here? Are my ex, are my exes, no. Okay, what are my exes versus possible next actions towards me? Breakup situation. Exactly. Yeah, that's why I look at it. I looked at a lot of material and I write a lot of material. Yeah, it's another rabbit hole. Just sign for us, just something to keep us busy. Something to keep us busy. No, no. Oh, that's his initials. All right, let's see here. Possible outcome. You want two things. All right, I'm just gonna go straight to the outcome, or you could call him Valmy. All right, Kitty, let's go ahead with your person's VS's possible next actions towards you. You in a breakup situation. I'm gonna give you a 7-day spread because there's not a lot of people here. Why not, right? After this, I am going to retire, and I'm gonna be ready for tomorrow. I got some more mind blowing information. I'm gonna go a little bit more. I think I'm gonna bring a little bit, just one more day, so we can understand tension. All right, gravity, contrast, and evolution. Because when we understand the deeper sense, contrast teaches because growth requires comparison. The soul evolves by experiencing polarity. All right, it builds emotional intelligence. You're very intelligent. You're scared to be intelligent and cute. You just scared to be intelligent and cute. You know, I get it. You don't want to be. You want to just be cute. You want to act dumb. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. Stop acting dumb. They're nothing dumb about you. Stop it. You could be intelligent, powerful, beautiful. You could do both. You could have sex. You could have a great time. You could go out. You could do the same thing, but you could just educate yourself a little bit. That's it. Stop trying to be old. I just want to be cute. No. No. When you have extra time, any chance you could quickly summarize this spread. Oh, what, you got that spread earlier? In one quick one. All right, I'll give it to you as soon as I'm done. All right, let me go ahead and tap into key. All right, I'll give it to you in one quick sum. One more. Yeah. One more. Thank you. One more. One more. One more. Thank you. All right, Kitty. Kitty. Deception. Unrequited love. Kitty. Unrequited love. All right. You have unrequited love. And so what does that mean for you, Kitty? Kitty, look at the cards, Kitty. I'm going to leave them there for a while, Kitty. I'm going to get this deck ready here, okay? I want you to tell me, what does that mean? All right? Where is she? Is she there or she left? Let me see. He broke, but why did so why he broke up abruptly? You got deception. Someone is wearing a false mask. You got unrequited love, and I'm scared to even look at it very soon. All right, this is what you want. You want this. You want this. All right. So you might get the justice card, because one thing about the justice card, I'm gonna do something good for you, because I don't think you. No, let me not assume that you don't want it. Uh, Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Before that was his father. Let me see. Before, like he said, he still loves me, but couldn't handle the pressure. Let me see. He handled the pressure of the night shift. Ah, okay. The night shift. Okay. You just want somewhere. You just want something to. Right now, let me see. It was a complete shock to me, and I don't know. He proved. You just want somewhere for your emotions to land right now. You got a lot of stuff that needs to come out, and I don't know. He proposed. He proposed himself and was happy, and put it in effort, and things happened, and he just isolated himself. A lot of people can't deal with pressure. A lot of times life gets, one thing about it, when we put so much pressure on our brain and we don't have no way for our emotions help, we just shut down. Some people just shut down, right? Like he said, he still loves me, but he couldn't handle the pressure of, all right? Oh, it hurts the other person brutally, man. It sucks. All right, let's see your outcome because you want to know very soon. When this happened, like a month ago, I'm asking to see when it happened. Because I don't know your sign. I don't know what's currently going on in your sect. All right. Let's go see here. I'm going to give you 8 cards. I'm going to give you 8 cards. 8 cards will keep things a little more clean, more digestible, more easy to understand. A lot of times, all right, Mercury. No, Mercury started retrograding on, it full went on the 29th. You got a 2 shadow period. No, it's just something that he had to get it done. Oh, you're Aries. Oh, okay. Oh, Aquarius. Oh, Aquarius. Okay. Oh, Aquarius. Aquarius is about he's probably too, you know what it is? He's too far in the future. If you could get to help Aquarius understand that, come back over here. I think he doesn't like doing the practical work. All right? I don't think he likes to do I don't think he understands the practicality. Some Aquarius are just a little lazy. Not all of them, but some of them are, okay? They're just a little lazy. They don't see what's the point of doing the, all right, they like taking a lot of shortcuts, all right? And this is why the universe brings them back. You got to learn. You got to do this. If you want this, you will have hope for the future. You too far in the future. And it comes back and it teaches you, all right? And then they got Pluto transfer. They got Pluto retrograded, all right? Yeah, he's going to give up. He doesn't have that, yeah. He likes things to go easy. They're very laid back. Some of them, not all of them. They could go and put in the work. They're very stable. They do the hard work. Not all of them. All right. Sometimes they get caught up too much in their mind. Everybody depending on their circumstance, their lifestyle. All right. They like rather taking shortcuts. All right, and things like that. Everybody does that. All right. But Aquarius have Pluto, the planet retrograded in the house right now, in the 11th house. Social life is maybe they want. I don't know. All right. You got to understand Aquarius' eccentricity. Let's go ahead. One more. They have really good intentions, hope for the future. They're all about inspiration and wisdom, but they could get stuck in logic. One more. Let's give you a 7-day from today until next Sunday. What you could expect. The most important card for me here, it is the exhausted. The most important card here. The only thing good about this is that it's over. Good. All right. So today, you get emotional relief. Either way, you're still clinging on because of hope. All right. The energy is the ten of Swords today. All right. Despair, overly, it's a very exaggerated name, by the way. The Ten of Swords is self-betrayal. All right. I'm exhausted, pain, heartache. I feel like I can't go on, but that's a damn lie. You're going to be okay. One more. One more. One more. You're going to be all right. The thing is that it's over. I love when the Ten of Swords shows up because that means the pain is over. That's it. It's too much. You're too. There's too much. You gotta let it go because you're gonna. I don't like seeing this card because it gives me a headache. Good afternoon. How was your fourth? It was great. How was yours, Angela? All right. Forget about the fact that's a very exaggerated name when we see the Ten of Swords. I'm gonna try to keep them close. Tomorrow, let's see tomorrow. Tomorrow you got the devil. Tomorrow's energy. The devil showing up out in your heart space. All right. When the devil shows up in your heart space, there is you determine here. So you got to remember that man. Oh my God, I cannot give people energy without explaining what I just told the same thing. Listen, one thing about Saturn, he's gonna discipline love. I know I was going through the same thing, and it might take 3 years. Some of it. How long you been around this person? It could take 9, 10. You gotta understand the energy. The good thing that is over. You got Saturn in your first house. What are you thinking? Can this person stay with you through the thick and thin? This is discipline, love, restricting through awareness. He's restricting you. Anybody that's going to be with you long term, hopefully I see more tens. 1 point, girl, you got to listen. Oh my God. Listen. First of all, Saturn rules Aquarius. Is Aquarius ruler along with Uranus. First of all, if Saturn is in your house, you know how difficult this is? Man, I'm glad that you came in here. All right? That doesn't mean it's over. That means discipline and hard work is gonna this determined on the neck of Saturn. And this is about trusting your gravitational pull. All right? Can you survive this? The weakest link. This chance is only as strong as your weakest opponent. All right? The chain is only as strong as the weakest link kind of energy. All right? This is all about descending to the final test. All right? This is it. Because Saturn helps you build stability, long-term security. But it brings you to these tests, which is confuse the hell out of you. It will confuse you. If you don't understand Saturn, it'll confuse you. You could think that the devil, oh God, what is happening? I feel so restricted. Things feel so heavy. Oh my God. What's up? And I do come back sometimes, and I haven't even checked the way I sound. Listen, child, you better come on. You better listen. The same thing I told Miss Girl Wake Up podcast. Oh yes, Saturn been testing me lately, and it's gonna continue to testing you. That's what it does. But let me tell you the good thing about Saturn, man, he'll test you, but you're gonna have long-lasting success here. I don't even want to keep going because I already know what they're gonna give me. I forgot that you was, all right. First of all, a Rus Sagittarius is Sagittarius ruler. All right, you got a Pluto transformation in the 11th house. All right, friendship, socializing, and all that stuff. It's giving him discipline. You're getting discipline from both sides. Who could last the test of times? Aren't we supposed to learn from whatever planet in Saturn? Divine, aren't we supposed to what? Learn from whatever planet in Saturn? What do you mean? Are you supposed to learn from whatever planet in Saturn? Come back. Reframe that because this is one thing that I did. I am being trained by Saturn right now. I had to get the discipline up. So what do you mean by the sign? Whatever house is occupying the first house, my identity, my survival, where I get to know the world, me taking that leap of faith, doing things when I have to learn. You're talking about the first house? This is when I'm trying to find life on my own. I got to build. I don't take risks. It's tying you here. Things are tied for a reason. All right, I want you to come in and whoever asked me that question. I like when you ask me the question, but you say, aren't we supposed to learn from whatever planet in Saturn? Whatever house Saturn occupies. Saturn is called the great teacher. Exactly, the malefic. The malefic. Every card is a teacher. Not only Saturn. Saturn, what happened is Saturn is the world. And he gives you long-term stability, security. Jupiter is all about the expansion, blessings, and of course, feeling lucky and love. Expansion. All right? Everything. But he restricts you through awareness. He wants you to awake. If this is what you really want, is this worth all the effort? If it's yes, you stay. I was trying to learn this myself. You're going to learn it. You're going to learn it. And then you're going to be like, oh, okay. Saturn hits my first house. And nothing, it's put so much pressure on you because there are things that your soul wants to do. And this is descending to the final test. I'm just going to leave it there. You got it? Oh, see. Let me look up my Saturn, okay? I could just pull a card and I know where your Saturn is at. All right? And I'll teach you that, the ones I want to learn. It's easy. Once you understand the planets, the houses, it occupies, all right? Because my world is being shaken up. I feel like I need to learn this. You need to learn it, and you need to learn it yesterday. Matter of fact, yesterday, today. All right, well, yesterday. You need to learn it yesterday. Forget about you need to just say, you know what, let me back my pack of cards. Let me watch Illuminous Intelligence Energy, because I'm part of this Illuminous Intelligence field. And I need to know what the heck is going on so I don't go make a fool out of myself. And I don't keep waiting, because I know it requires discipline. Come on. It's easy. It's easy. Once you understand these archetypes, you're being trained. All right? When you understand the archetypes in these planets and how we're moving through motion, you know, you understand gravity. All right? You start to understand things. You're coming. Okay. All right? Listen, child, you're going to learn. It don't matter when you learn or not, just as long as you learn. Let's go ahead. You still here, Kitty? Kitty the Hermit. So you got Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Tuesday, the Hermit. Hopefully with the Hermit, you're going to, but then you got to understand Mercury's in retrograde. It rules the Virgo energy. All right? So this is, well, all right? And what is he telling you? Inward. Inward. The energy is inward. This is about me learning and me using, all right, my gifts to find my true north. Heading to what it is that you really want. All right? So you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Hierophant. All right? No, this is, you know, you've been here before. You've been here before. You know I go live. I just started my process for I'm saving a lot of my energy for the channel members, for the ones I really want to know. All right? Because a lot of people don't understand it. They're not there yet, and I get it. Some heavy or immersed in energies for this week. Very energy teacher. This is a teacher card. All right? This is teaching. All right? It gets a little more easier here, because when it comes to the matter of the heart, all right, you're going to ask yourself, what is this teaching me about love? All right? Because when you understand these two are this, you become more wiser when you integrate both masculine and feminine energies, right? When you look at the polarity, the opposites, without collapsing, all right? The keys are hidden, or they're in plain view, all right? But anyway, when you look at the Hierophant, he becomes a teacher. So this is all teaching you about love, commitment, when it comes to have discipline, all right? And in the matters of the heart, I teach what I don't know. He's teaching you, of course, the energy here. Because at the end of the day, listen, we are hold by too many traumas, dogma, doctrines, programs, and cultures. All right? So where to go? Again, we're going to count with me. You got today, relief. Thank God it's over. You don't got to freaking overthink no more. You don't have to believe it. That's up to you. That is your level of thinking, of education, whatever you believe in. All right? This is serious. I want commitment. I want loyalty. I'm learning through discipline. So he's going to bring you that discipline. Something of you is going to wake up. You're going to want to learn more. You're going to surround yourself with people that are really open-minded, high-minded. This goes into conformity. All right? Maybe you got to understand you're dealing with a rebellious energy in Aquarius. All right? And they are rebellion energy, Uranus as well. All right? They got Uranus. All right? And so it's going to bring you a different approach into love. You got to understand it's a different approach into love, all right? They finally, listen, when this person finally commits, they'll be a very loyal, very stable, very successful energy, what I see here. But if you don't deal with this now, child, all right? Let me just keep going, because it's going to be quick. The Nine of Pentacles, so we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is here. These two are here. These two here are the guidance from the universe. We all need stability. You act like you're the only one. You and everybody, we all need stability. Security is at the center of everything. All right? Well, you want people, you want to be with somebody not because you need it, because you need them. All right? Because anyway, at the end of the day, stability runs deep. All right? Security. All right? So this is giving you some very, very deep here. We all need it. So you don't single yourself out. Oh, I need stability. Yeah. I'm going to give it to you quick, because I don't know if I don't think the Nine of Pentacles is self-sufficient. So you could be, you want to do, because see, this one wants you to be successful, wants you to have your own business. All right, maybe sometimes going into these darker stages, because if you're here in this energy, all right, the dark, in the darkness, that's one thing about darkness. They don't have a problem with making money. They're not dogmatized. They're not dogmatized by darkness. All right, darkness says I got to do what I have to do to make my money. Okay, they don't have a trauma with money. They don't have a trauma with success. You understand this? They're not going by the religious beliefs or the ancient. You understand? You got to understand this energy period. All right. You in there you go. Darkness, but you ain't making money. That's like listening to Little Kim, and I could attest for that. Listening to Little Kim, yeah, get money, okay, and I did it. And I'm thinking, you ain't got no money. You broke. What the hell you doing? You in this darkness, shaking that ass, yay, and you ain't got no. Where you got? You broke. You got dreams, desires. All right, the chains are showing you. They show you. They visible. So you can see where you bound and you're not. All right? You can say, you know what? Your values are going to show anyway. You got to understand this energy. You did it, done that, and it's time to bloop, bloop, bloop. And you can watch all the way till your eyes fall out. I don't care. That's up to you. All right? Here you learn. The teacher becomes a student. That's what the energy is all about. Here how it works. In this 3 realm, we teach, we give guidance. All right? We help others. That's how you get a lot of momentum for success for the future. All right? When it comes to the matters of the heart, I teach what I know. And when I don't know, I ask divine. I connect to the higher powerful forces of the universe. I understand light, shadow, darkness. I understand these 2 energies. I'm part of this whole system. It's not outside of me. Divineness is in me. You learn. You use the keys for the senses of your body. That's what happens when people are stuck in this low, dense, toxic fields of consciousness. All right? All right? And that's because you're not given. This is when you surrender, when you don't try to figure everything out. Darkness doesn't have trauma with money. It doesn't. It makes it. There's value, right? There's value in money because you make it. You can't say demonize. Money is evil. Money is the root of all evil. No, you do stupid stuff because of money. All right? Under survival. You know, this animal is here, right? It's part of your instincts. All right? So what he's saying here, the animal is not aware, all right, that he's part of you, but you got to make him, hey, I'm here. Hey. So you got to bring the animal into awareness. So he's giving you that opportunity to see that in order for you to be successful, have long-term success, stability in the relationship, now is the time to get serious. Okay? All right? And you'll learn. So anyway, these are the 2 cards together. I mean, the Hierophant is very deep. The Hierophant is so deep because there are keys, there are codes in your body, there are energy centers. That's your raw life force energy. So what I'm going to give you the Villa era. And I always talk about that, but I never bring it. But I'm going to bring it. All right? Exactly. And because we're having these delays, because he wants you to get the success that you want. Self-sufficiency. Right now, you're on the way to be self-sufficient. All right? You want to pay your own bills. Okay? You want to be able to hold your own. All right? Maybe you get a little assistance, public assistance. All right? A little mother and father living with somebody, a boyfriend. You want to be financially independent on your own. All right? And this is a card of conformity. So this changes the rules. All right? This is the rebellion energy. All right? This is not what you think it is. This is what you think it is not that. All right? It's a card of breaking the rules and finding the keys to what was hidden. All right? But the keys are in plain sight because you are all 3. You're all 3. You just got to wear it. But once you unlock the feminine, because, manifestation require both. That's the last law. Understanding the laws, the keys. Manifestation requires both genders. All right? Being more financially independent. All right? And so you got, again, I'm going to read it. You got today. You're awakening to some truth. The pain is over. Then you got the Hermit on Tuesday. Tomorrow you're going to be feeling like, okay, heavy in love. You might still be obsessive. All right? This goes into obsession. You might get it's not going to go away that much. All right? And then you got the Hermit on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, that's the 4th day. This is the guidance. This is the advice. And then you get Again, I'm a little slow because Mercury retrograde. So we got today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. Thursday. On Thursday, this is the action. All right. Anyway, this is too long. It's hurting my arm. All right. It's too long. All right. I'm gonna come back, and this is too much. It's too much. All right. It's taking too long. I'm gonna talk about the Hierophant. Am I? And then I'm out of here. It's too much. Yeah, you're gonna have to book. I want you to book a reading. Yeah, it's too much. My arm is hurting. Let me go get my. I gotta put my ice pack. Damn, I gotta break up with my Pisces. My keys are right around the corner. All right. You don't have to break up with them immediately. You don't gotta throw everything away. You're in right now in a position where you have to be more disciplined with your time, with your energy. That it is not being see the one thing about the devil, he's not being malicious. No, I'm gonna explain to you about the devil before I go. All right, it's not you're not. I don't know if you're gonna do it. I don't think so. You show up there with the obsessive, all right, because your energy is all about very soon, and you got this chariot. This chariot. You got the Hierophant, and one thing about the Hierophant, he wants marriage. He wants commitment. He's serious. All right, we're gonna see how serious you are. All right, and how disciplined, because that's one thing about Saturn. He gives you awakening through restrictions. So you could get it done. You could have it. It's not that you can have it, it's that you haven't done the work. All right? You could go and be careless. You're going to live in the street. They're not going to have enough money. You're not going to have enough money to do nothing. You don't want to be begging people places to stay. Where are you in your life? This is what you got to be really honest for yourself. All right? You're going to be living from house to house. At least you want to be able to have enough money, get your finances in order, put money in the bank, save money. All right? Follow your path, follow your true calling. Where you at now? And it'll give you that time because you could have it. All right? So that's what Saturn does, okay? When we understand the... You got it? I hope that you understand. I mean, I can't go more into this. My arm's starting to hurt. I don't like when my arm hurts. Let me go get let me put my ice pack for a little bit. And I got to charge my phone. All right? I got a job. Good. All right? Now well, you know how to take your care of your finances. Make sure that your money becomes safe in an institution. All right? Surround yourself with people. Even if you got a side hustle, be careful with a side hustle that you don't understand. Invest your money. It will, anything that's going to lead to long-term security. This is when you got to stop being apologetically you. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter. Saturn is putting that pressure on the ass. And boy, I know I did it. I always like to give my story because I know a lot of people delete their channels when they get Saturn. They don't understand it. They start saying, "Oh my God, those cards are evil." Dumbass. If you haven't integrated your light, shadow, your dark, you're going to bring all your trauma, dogma, your voodoos, hoodoos, your demons, your traumatized lifestyle into these cards. This is just consciousness. This is symbolism. This is archetypal. You're bringing your nastiness into the cards. I know because I did it. My fears, my drama, all the things that I believe in, all the stupid nonsense that was given down to me generation to generation. And you got to delete. You don't know shit. You got to understand what this is telling you, all right? And for those of you that are scared and not to understand the real meaning behind the Hierophant, these things will preserve in our body, our whole body, all right? Our whole body is full with so much information. All you got to do is have a level of surrender so you can let the truth be told to you. Your body is so incredible and it's so intelligent, especially when you have surrender, you harmonize yourself with the intelligence of the universe. When you open, all right, to the wisdom of the stars, things will start moving for you. You don't try to control every outcome, what's happening. Why you just learn to trust. You learn to trust that you did, huh? I was the same. The cards are mirrors. Exactly. They're telling you right here what you want. They're showing you what the hell you want. How can you not see it? This is what the hell you want. This is values. Your values will start showing. All right? They start showing. For self-reflection. They all are. Spend too long. All right? I mean, it's much more than that because I like to read everything. But I'm going to take John and then Francis and then I'm out of here. All right? Come tomorrow because it's too much. This is a long, but here I'm teaching, and that's as far as I'm going to go. All right? You got the two of start planning. Listen, because the 201 says if you're happy where you are, in your relationship, in your finances, in your career, in your job, great, that's fine. There's plenty of room for opportunities for growth. All right. So network, find people with explicit reciprocity in your community, group. That's what it's saying to you. Find people, network, socialize, get out there, let go and trust in divine guidance. Exactly. All right. That's when the real magic happens. And that's what I did. I let go. I let my animal. You think that animal's telling you what to do? I didn't do that. I was such a dumbass. I was such a, I mean, oh my God. And when you do, bam. All right? And yes, I could call myself that, all right? We don't have to have like we got sticks up our ass. All right? Anyway. All right, let go and trust. That's all. You align your smaller will, your animal. Your animal's not aware. You, hey, animal, hey, come here. All right? Get that have a little fun at the same time, all right? Don't be so serious. All right? Don't be so serious. Okay, it's all right. We all go through it. Don't limit yourself to 4, 10, 8 people, the people in your family. When you limit your identity, everything in your life feels like a curse. All right? Everything will start closing in. You feel like you don't have power. You don't have you identify with the same people. Get around other groups. There's a hall of consciousness waiting to be discovered. Stop identifying. You gotta identify. There's so much more to go to discover in you. But it begins with you. All right. Study science. Go study astrology. Study DNA. Study anything. Biology. Study what's next to your heart. Pour all that love into new projects. Learning about yourself. By the time you realize it, you're gonna be like, "Wow, I came a long way." Saturn is gonna help you get disciplined. Consider like an uncle coming to visit you. All right, consider like an uncle or a grandfather. He's limiting your restriction. He's trying to babysit you. But we don't like that strong love. We want that freedom to be chaotic. All right, more freedom, more chaos. This is why we need it. That's why we were centralized through a king, the first form of government, and then it went into the emperor. But it became too much power, and now the power is all at the top. We got to get out of these hierarchies. We got to speak things into existence. We got to create ripples. We got to show up and show out. All right. And so, see, it shows up. Saturn rules you. See, well, I don't know if it's your ruler, but it does also. All right. So anybody with Saturn, and they might go find somebody else. And so what? Let them go. Bye. You can't wait for me. You wasn't ever meant to be. You're not gonna. If you cannot enjoy, right? If you cannot stay where I'm being tested, and you can stand alone. You could stand alone. If you can't stand when I'm trying to grow, then you don't need to enjoy the fruits of my labor. You tell them, go kick rocks. Before you know, you'll be with somebody better, newer, fresher, no karmic, no nothing. You be good. Believe me when I tell you that. If they can see you at your worst, and they won't enjoy the fruits of it, they won't be with you at your worst. When you're good. However, I forgot a lot of my saying. You understand what I'm talking about, right? If you can't see me when I'm going through, you're gonna be all right. Cause everything is working for you. You might think, oh God, why it was going so good, right? And then you got mad. I got karma. You probably did it to somebody. You probably thought you were gonna run up into the sunset, and bam, Saturn stepped in. No, you're not. After that, you could date all you want, and then you want to create more karma, and then so be it. But if nobody can meet you at your work, when you're growing, when you're trying to learn and teach them, all right? Yeah, people, of course, because you're exposing the truth that they're trying to avoid. You're exposing the truth. They don't want to accept it. They're not ready for it. They're not ready. It's not their time for them. They still got to go through more lessons. And when they tired, they'll come. They'll surrender. They'll come and ask for the help. They say, oh, I'm tired, man. I really don't understand it. All right? And people get scared of Saturn, but he restricts you through limitation, of course. He's going to awake you. He's going to restrict some things. So basically, he's restricting your time, where you're going, where you're going to go, all those things. All right, Saturn lets you keep some of those nasty habits. If you was a sex addict, he'll take that away. If you was an alcoholic or a drug addict, he'll take that away. He'll leave you with a little something. He'll leave you with something. He ain't gonna take everything. If you love food, you might still continue to eat, or you might lose weight. He'll keep you with something. He's not gonna restrict you from everything, but everything for you to be restricted. All right. Anyway, yeah, because you exposing the truth, they don't like it, you know. But when you exposing the devil, that's what Jesus did. When you exposing the devil, they were like, "Oh, you challenging my authority?" Requires walking alone. Exactly. And that's why the judgment comes out. Can you walk alone? Can you stand alone while you're going, while you're being tested? Your strength, your resilience is all there. It's going to show. You're going to come out better. You're still going to be the same person. Just all you're going to do is be a high level of awareness. All right? And you're not going to be bothered with the things that used to bother you. All right? Because then you make, when we emotional, women, especially women, we irrational. We make real poor decisions. All right? Enough. It's okay. You're still going to have the person. You're going to go out. You're going to eat. You're going to have more awareness in sex, what you like. You're going to be able to tell the person what you like, what you need. This is what I require. You're not going to shut up. If you want to express sex, sex is a beautiful thing. This is what I like in the bed. No, you're not going to take, you're going to find compromise. I guarantee you that you'll be more bold. All right? You're going to use your strength, your weaknesses, both equally. You're not going to let one manipulate the other. All right? You're going to become new. I promise you that. I promise you that. Okay? I promise you that. If you follow the rules, not from me, and the guidance from the divine, all right? You're gonna be like, wow, I wish I would have done that earlier. All right, take the advice from the guidance of the divine, these energy that's showing up. You're gonna go live, all right? Go live, all right? Just connect, ask for guidance, pray, always affirm. You just gotta have to do it. All right, I'm gonna take. I think I'm done. Yeah, it was too much. All right. So when you start to understand it, because I would like to stay with, I want to go back to cosmic spiritual energy, all right? And when we look at the idea of the devil in Christianity, influenced by symbolism, represents temptation, illusion, attachment to material things, that's absolutely right. But when you connect the archetypes to the Saturn, shadow represents attachment, obsession, fear-based bonding, toxic cycles, emotional dependence, all right? And so we basically stuck in patterns that you feel bounded to. You stuck in patterns that you feel bounded to. That's it. That's all you're doing. Exactly. Thank you. Your light attracts light. It just attracts the same light. We all in the same frequency. We just got to bring them, hey, you're not aware. And they don't care. I don't care. I want to still get abused. I'm used to getting abused. I don't care if my man beat me up. I don't care if my man cheat on me. He give me money. I got the bag. They don't care. They getting that money. They getting that chain. They live in that life. They don't care. My money's cheap. He F's me good and he could do whatever he wants. No, all these songs at the same time. My man give me money. He take good care of me. I don't care if he got it on my... They don't care. They don't care. Oh, he loves me through gifts. Right? Yeah. No, cheating's gotta be... No, you gotta understand people cheat. That's the problem right there. But anyway, we'll talk about that some other time. All right? Oh, man. I need to go eat. But, listen, Francis, come back in the morning. We're going to resume your energy. All right? We're going to resume your energy in the morning. I'm really low. I got to go eat something, and I got to go ground again. All right? I love you guys so much. Thank you. Listen, cheating is unacceptable, I know. And, wow. That's why forgiveness is important when it comes to, all right? Do you forgive? Can you trust them again? Do you want them laying next to you? You got to think about that, Hey, I don't know. I made a mistake. I was alone, I didn't want to wait. I seen, So you're going to get a lot of stuff. All right. But anyway, for you, the Emperor, Francis, yeah, I'm going to go. But, the Emperor is all about, that reflects Saturn's call for structure and responsibility with the Page of Pentacles. All right, I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna leave you. I'm gonna charge my phone. No, I'm gonna charge my phone because I want to help you understand The Page of Pentacles is because it's a spiritual, it's a very spiritual card, and I want you to understand the spiritual muscles. I'm gonna leave you that, and then I'm out of here. But I'm gonna charge my phone. I'm gonna go get some water and some chips. All right. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. But I am gonna talk to you about that Page of Pentacles and that Three of Swords quickly. All right. As you release inner conflicts within yourself. All right. I'm not leaving. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm gonna just I gotta charge my phone anyway. So I'm gonna move this up. Who's he? You still here? Oh man, I had a little something. Yeah, I see every yeah, but I'm gonna show I'm gonna you know the three of swords in reverse is the card of overcoming conflict. I'm gonna put this on real quick. So I'm not gonna shuffle that much. Just gonna get the page of pentacles. Are you here? Are they here? They left. There's nobody here. I'm back. Okay. I am back. I am back. I wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I think a lot of people are getting the three of swords in reverse. Then I just did the. Oh, you're back. Oh, okay, okay. So you know all right, I'm gonna talk about the three of swords because it's so outdated. It's such a cliche with that three of swords, but I'm gonna give it to you where you can really understand because I think that you're trying to tap into, or you are. Let me see the page of pentacles comes out quickly. No, this is your card, the world. All right, this is your card here. I don't know if you're closing out a cycle. All right, there's a cycle that you're trying to close out, but you're gonna repeat it with I don't know exactly. All right, you know you have these four figures here. I started when I stopped the other channels and I surrendered because I didn't want to. The justice. Let me see. Let me get that page of pentacles. It doesn't want to come out. All right. So you know that this is your card, right? Because that's one thing about Saturn. It disciplines you so you could become successful. This is a form of graduation, spiritual graduation here. Okay. So of course the world card is a card of completion, closing out cycles, and leaving room for something new. Right. This is your card of course, travel. That you're supposed to be traveling. All right. The tower. Once you go through the tower, let me see what else. The two of pentacles. No, it's not coming out. All right. This don't take. No, this is your card. You know that this is your card, right? You know that this is your card. All right. I'm gonna explain the world tomorrow. Come tomorrow. I'm gonna explain. I haven't explained the world. All right. And these four sentient beings here. Okay. All right. They are in the wheel of fortune. You know that that's your card. That's such a Capricorn card. Once you understand the energy, of course, of your ruling planet Saturn, because it is first, right? First you have outer planets, inner planets, then the outer planets, and the ones that's giving you the discipline so you could work, so you could grow. Because Jupiter expands, but Saturn seals the deal. All right? If you don't get that spiritual graduation, like if you don't integrate go through all these frequencies, right? And I'll explain about that later. But anyway, that is your Saturn's card here, the world card. All right, I'll come tomorrow. I'll explain that card. I'm trying to look for the page of pentacles. I'm going this to the quickest, easy. All right, because there's something here about you ending a cycle and beginning a new one. All right, I'm gonna bring all your Capricorn energy. I have so much. think I have more Capricorn energy because I do have rising Capricorn. I am a Capricorn rising, and I have new moon in Capricorn, so I relate more with Capricorn energy. All right. Let me see. Let me stop until I see the. All right. There goes the world card again. Oh, come on. What is this? Come on. The page of pentacles. Where are you? Jeez. I got everything. Oh my goodness. There you go, you son of a gun. There we go. So anyway, it's easy, quick, and simple, right? Because this is a studious card. All right? That's a studious card. How is your love for study? How do you like to study? Do you study a lot? You study a lot? Excuse me. You study a lot? We're gonna go with the easy. We're gonna go with the easy with the easiest card, because this card is not. This card is not. It's a practicality card, but between practicality and when you look at the Page of Pentacles, it's the most a spiritual card. It's the most spiritual card here. All right, and people miss it because they're focusing on the coin, the vision. Vision without courage, right? It takes tremendous strength to have, because you have all the vision. But the thing is that what you're not understanding here is that you're holding on to your spiritual gifts. You're holding on to your gifts. This is the being and ground. So when we look at the spirituality behind this pentacle, it represents more than a coin. This is a spirit expressed in the material world. The pentacle itself, all right? It's a pointed star, blah, 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 the circle. And in spiritual traditions, of course, they seen it as the earth, fire, water, which makes a connection to spirit. But this is the human soul incarnated in the earthly realm. So holding on to your spiritual gifts and learning how to use them in everyday life. So you're honoring your worth as a divine being in human form. Ground your spiritual wisdom here into practical action, right? You got it? Okay. So this is what one of the most things that you understand. But when it's given to you as an advice or a message, all right? The card appears many times in my card. It draws, all right? So now you're becoming a little bit aware of what it's telling you. Because this is muscle. Look at the muscle. You go to the gym? Do you go to the gym and work out? You see the muscle there? You see the muscle, right? Man, I wish I had a stand. You work out, you go to the gym. We're talking about, look, when we look at the physical card, it's a physical card, all right? The physical. But grounding is different, all right? Grounding is you doing the meditation, the breath work, the necessary steps to open up your spiritual muscles, all right? So I don't know, but that's the whole thing. Because this is muscle purpose. When you look at the muscle there, all right? When you have energy boundaries training here, all right? Muscle builds self-worth, and it builds containment and emotional maturity here, all right? So one thing about the, I don't know how is your boundaries, all right? I don't know if you say, oh, this doesn't work for me, blah, 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 whatever you're dealing with here. But one of the things about the page of, and easy, I'm almost done. You might think it's going somewhere real long, and it's not. So one of the things here, because when you look at the building the muscles with this card, I'm going to bring it a little closer. When you look at the muscle with this card here, right, you're looking at spirituality isn't what? I'm going to see if you can say it to me. It is not just trust and what? Believing. It is practice and repetition. Because muscle build consistency, sacred focus, and depth. DEPTH. So service quiet acts is asking you to do something. They're asking you to do something kind anonymously, because this is spiritual ego. Your spiritual ego dissolves through service, and it builds muscle, humility, the heart expansions. You got it? So doing random kinds of random acts of kindness. I'm sorry. I'm gonna come back to it. But anyway, just like the body, the soul strengthens through consistent, intentional use. Building spiritual muscle beyond journaling, conscious silence with the hermit. They want you to go hermit. They want you to sit this energy, practice and repetition, exactly. But most important thing, do something kind of anonymously, because your ego, all right? I don't know how you big, your ego here. So just like the body, the soul strength to consistent, intentional use. Building spiritual muscle beyond journaling. Sitting in silence 5 to 20 minutes. No music, no phone, just observe your thoughts. You build inner authority. That's why you got the card earlier, all right? Exactly. There you go. I like that. I used to do the same thing too. I gotta make sure somebody sees me. Hey, take record. I'm giving. Oh, sweat. Hey, good. Now you do something kind of anonymous. Don't let nobody see you. It's all right. It's okay. This is your ego. Your ego wants to be seen. Yay, look at me. Don't do that. Don't do that. But thank God that you admitted it. All right? It's good because it gets a good feel. Yeah, I want people to know. It's okay. But not all the time. Anyway, so no phone, no music, just observe your thoughts. You build inner authority, discernment, emotional regulation. All right? So shadow work. All right? You got to do some shadow work as well here. Okay? You didn't get the strength card. I would have gave you something else. All right? Now, when you do the shadow work, you ask yourself, what triggers you? What do I judge in others? Also, you do that already. What do you judge in others that you secretly carry? Where do I sabotage love or growth? Write out without filtering it. Remember that your brain filters out things just to keep you safe because you want certainty. So you got to understand how to retrain your subconscious. All right? So, where do I sabotage love or growth? Write without filtering. Muscle build emotional honesty, integrating self-trust. Delay reacting. Practice when you trigger. Wait 10 minutes before responding. Feel the sensation in your body. Choose your response. All right? Consciously. Muscle build. It powers over impulse and it gives you sovereignty. There you go. I'm glad that you're saying it. I'm glad that you're coming clean. Good. This is very good. And that you got devotional discipline. This can be prayer, candle lighting, reading sacred texts, or studying symbols like the high priestess. Do it daily, but they want you to do it daily at the same time. And that is what the Page of Pentacles gives you. Because the Page of Pentacles, physically, is focused on learning and growth. You stay consistent, you be patient. Real progress takes time. Invest in yourself and your future plants, right? Exactly. Plant the seed, nurture it daily. You nurture that seed daily. All right? And they want you to move beyond the pages. You don't lose curiosity. You refine it into direction and mastery. All right? When you move beyond the pages, you don't lose your curiosity, but you refine it, okay? Muscle purpose building is very important. All right? So when you start building energy boundaries training, we all need to process. You need to learn how to process your feelings. Practice saying no. I need time. That doesn't work for me. Without over-explaining. You don't have to over-explain anything. Social time. I need some time to spend with my friends, with my family. Physical boundaries. I'm not comfortable sharing those passwords. I don't know exactly your relationship. All right. Anything that violates your boundaries. Small, consistent choices. Because balance is about small, consistent choices that work over time, but if you put it into practice. All right? I'm not comfortable with that. I can text constantly. I'll respond when I can. I need honesty, transparency in any relationship. Reciprocity. I give affection, support, but I expect it back in return. I can always be let's just say you're an emotional first responder. All right? I will communicate calmly, but I won't tolerate name calling, yelling, disrespect. I'll speak my truth and I expect to be heard. I don't have time to bandwidth. I don't have the bandwidth to help with that right now. Boundaries are just simple limits that you set to protect your well-being. They don't have to be dramatic, rigid. They are all about clarity, self-care, some normal, everyday practice makes perfect. There you go, refinery, exactly. Through curiosity. That's why you always keep getting the Page of Swords. Curiosity is the beginning to evolve your first steps into commitment, responsibility, and embodiment, all right? From wondering, all right, to do and stop, just exploring, act what calls you. From trying to participate, repetition turns curiosity into skill. From scatter to focus, choose one path and you go deeper, all right? From asking to understanding, experiences become your teacher. You got it? Then I cut off and leave. No, that's a problem right there. And it means leaving some people behind. You got to. You have to. Sometimes this is not. You have to. We are boundary challenge. because we want to be the people pleaser, and then we don't do what we came to do, and then we got resentment. All right, because it's, the Three of Swords is a card of, right, energy. Maybe there could be something about your atmosphere. All right, there could be emotional pain that you have to acknowledge. Maybe you acknowledge it right now, right, over the next couple of weeks until the 23rd when Mercury goes direct. All right, do that. Stop doing the next couple of weeks, just 2 weeks. All right. You could have heartaches from the past or current situation that still needs healing. All right. So honest conversation, even if they're difficult, truth is coming to the surface what they're saying to you. All right. But more important with yourself. All right. So at the end of the day, listen. At least somebody's carrying around with some unresolved emotional wounds. All right. So anything at the end of the day, you'll connect, whatever connection you have, it has an opportunity to heal if there's honesty and unwillingness through work through the pain. Okay? Whether you got conflict within yourself and you take things so personally or you're being defensive at the end of the day, all right? You're learning. Because swords all about perception and the Three of Swords all about expansion of that perception, integrating truth. It is not pain. You just integrating truth. All right? And I speak about the Sea of Swords because the three is the cut. All right? And when you look at the Three of Swords, it's expanding awareness through pain. The threes are all about expansion through pain and the swords of perception, like I just told you. So, the next process is the healing process. All right? The threes are, because the threes are, they're not about loss. We think it's about loss. It's about ending confusion. Okay? You ending confusion. You're ending confusion today, and however long you've been ending confusion, you're ending confusion. Exactly. All right? You're ending confusion. The confusion end. All right? That's what it's saying. All right? And I'm all my best to you when you look at this card, you know, and when you do a tarot spread, you look at the surrounding cards, all right? And so when you're in a love situation, listen, whether it moves forward, you're integrating truth. You're growing. Just expansion through awareness, all right? It hurts. So whether you're going, expansion through pain, exactly. So whether you're going to closure, reconciliation, or a fresh new beginning, all right? Remember, tarot doesn't bypass the truth. It doesn't rush you straight into the Ten of Cups. It honors emotional process. It gives you integration, not instant joy. All right? So you want to start seeing that four. You want to start seeing that four. And when you get that four, go into some reflective with that four. Do it. Spend 10, 20 minutes. You get used to it. It's so beautiful. All right? Because what happened when we withdraw and we isolate, you don't fix the pain yet. You stop adding to it. And that's the necessary. That's the deeper healing arc. And it will be, then after that, you start seeing the temperance. Confusion ends today. You no longer, I don't think that you're going to be at the end of the day the same, right? Because what you want to start doing is rebalancing extremes, all right? And this is where your pain becomes wisdom. You want your pain to it's teaching you something, all right? And it's going to give you wisdom because that's what you're looking for, all right? If you're a seeker of truth, all right, you have to turn those pages. You got to understand those pages. I better not see you with them pages, all right? Only if you're curious, only something stir your curiosity, all right? And when we look at in love, because it's one of the most, and I'm glad that you asked me that, because it's often the most misunderstood card, all right? It's often, it's not that it's the love of it's the end of love, right? Because in love, the Three of Swords shows up when emotion and reality no longer, listen, you're going to learn a lot, all right? You probably came for one question and you're going to leave here with a whole better experience. Emotion and reality no longer align because inspiration collapses into honesty. You stop romanticizing what hurts, okay? And what comes after that, like I already told you, when you the shadow misunderstanding that people think that this card means what? Permanent heartbreak, emotional damage, cruel endings. But tarot doesn't trap, it liberates you. The storm clouds in that card, right, mean that the pain is temporary. Rain clears the air. The relationship to healing, the Three of Swords hurts first, and then it creates space where healing can actually begin. All right? Because without that card, baby, you get stuck in the Seven of Cups and the Moon. You might feel inspired, but there's going to be unavailable dynamics there. All right? And the quiet truths of the Three of Swords doesn't wound the heart. It frees it, and it says enough. Okay? It frees it. Liberation, exactly. All right? And so what it was costing you, that's why you got the Six of Pentacles. What it was costing you, all right? Then the pain of the truth, all right? And this card appears right before you chose embodiment over fantasy. So you're on the right trajectory here, right? Why does love hurt and it heals? Okay, because love touches the same place pain lives in and stays there long. Love stays long in there enough to heal you. It's enough to change you, right? That's the simple truth. All right. Love brings closeness. Closeness exposes what was protected. When you love, you don't just meet another person. You meet all wounds, attachments, fears, places you learn to brace, parts of you that expected to be left. Love doesn't create pain. It reveals what it hurts, and that's why love heals and it hurts. It does the both. All right. You're gonna learn a lot here, and I want you to take these words with you. And when we look at the past, love stays present when love is healthy. It does something new. It doesn't abandon the wound. It doesn't rush it away. It doesn't punish it. It says you don't have to protect yourself alone anymore. That rewires your nervous system. And the paradox, pain comes from exposure. Healing comes from the containment. Love opens you and holds you. If only love opens you and doesn't hold you, all right? But it does both because we live under tension, all right? When it opens you and it doesn't heal you, all right, that's a problem because then we try to look for replacement, all right? And so that is not a permanent, all right? And when we look at love and why heartbreak feels physical, now this is a better one. Why does heartbreak feel physical? Because love lives in the body. Loss, when we lose somebody, it activates in the fight or flight grief responses. So I sometimes telling you, do you grieve? Do you release? Do you forgive? All right? And the attachment, and basically our body starts to panic. All right? Your body is grieving safety. Listen, let me tell you something. Your body is grieving safety, not just a person. All right? And the mistake that we make as people, we think that the pain means love was wrong. Sometimes pain means that you touched something real and you grew past an old defensive. Okay? Pain isn't proof of failure when it comes to love. All right? It is the contact. So when love hurts but doesn't heal, that happens when there's intensity without safety, exposure without repair, and emotion without embodiment. That's not love's fault. That is an imbalance there. All right? Okay. I hope that helped you. And for those that are watching, take your time, get to know yourself when you're going through this, especially this Mercury. After that, we all systems go, baby. We got the summer to enjoy. We're gonna have a lot of barbecues, gatherings, friends, and you want to be in your best mind, right? You want to have a healthy mind. You want to have a healthy way to express yourself. You don't want to get all defensive with somebody. You don't want to be all up in your feelings. Nobody want to be there to babysit. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out on the day that feels like I'm being interrogated. It feels, oh man, I thought I was coming for a day. Now I feel like, man, we don't want that. You want to go, man, I don't know about this person. What do I do when I get downloaded doing the meditation? Let it go and complete fire. Good. I love that. All right. Continue to do it. I can't wait to get out of here. Go ground. Meditate again. Let it go. And just release tension. All right. I'm going to talk really, really deep about tension tomorrow. Really want you guys to understand what tension is. All right. Very healthy mind. What a blessing that is, right? And that you don't have to look, you don't have to push love away. That it's okay, because it's gonna expose some things that you were not afraid. A lot of us, we hide. We take that Seven of Swords. Oh, I don't want you to release some. I don't want you to reveal some things about me. All right. I'll be back in the morning, sweetie. All right. And then we go grieve. We have a place where emotions can land. All right. Just focus on learning. Staying consistent at the end of the day. Be patient with your projects. Remember that they take time, okay? Love on yourself. Remain curious, but move beyond those pages. You're not going to lose the curiosity. You're going to refine it into the erection and mastery. I love you guys so much. I thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for taking out your time. Thank you for trusting the energy with me. I believe in you and your journey. I honor that. The courage that it takes to see truth. And this sacred space exists because of all our intentions to grow, to love more consciously, to seek truth, understanding, and to not blame and complain, just understanding a little bit beyond. God bless you too. I thank you so much, okay? And I see you tomorrow morning. Just in a couple of hours, I'll be back. All right, mindfulness meditation tomorrow is Mindful Monday. I'm going to talk about mindfulness. I'm going to talk about tension. And I want to talk about building emotional intelligence. And more important, relationship challenges, right? Work and responsibility challenges, and our own personal discipline. Because a lot of times we don't want to discipline ourselves. No, I don't want to. I don't need discipline. And the blind spots. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you so much for stopping by, and you guys take good care. Love you guys. Bye bye. Thank you so much, Francis. Okay, guys. Bye. Emotional intelligence, and of course, you keep harmonizing with the divine. Yeah, with the sacred heart of the divine, with that fire, that flame, you get infused and enlightened. You get engulfed with the flame of the spirit, and when you continue to harmonize with divine intelligence, with the intelligence of this vast consciousness of field that we are so part of. All right, the illuminous. Stay illuminated. Stay fly. Thank you. All right. See you guys in the morning. Thank you.